Count holds on Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Two down, nobody on, top of the first. Blue Jays baseball is back. And the pitch to Guerrero. Swinging a fly ball down the right side, twisting off towards the seats. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. hit .272 last year. Hit 15 home runs, drove in 69. And the pitch. Takes a fastball down the right field line, slicing unplayable. What a strange scene it is, no matter the venue, as we watched a couple of ball games last night. Now, all of Major League Baseball underway here tonight. The pitch. A fastball popped up in the air towards center field, circled by Kiermaier, drifting back to the glove hand side. Into the alley, he'll make the grab on Guerrero and retire the Blue Jays 1, 2, and 3. Top of the first gone by. Hyun-Jin Ryu heads to the hill for Toronto next. This is Blue Jays baseball, powered by Jack Links on the Sportsnet Radio Network. We don't get graphics.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate online at carsforkids.ca. That's cars with a K. Pickup is quick and easy. You'll benefit a child and get a maximum tax credit.
1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your
RVs and truck donations.
With a Stanley Fat Max tape measure in your toolbox, you have what you need when accuracy counts. The measure of a pro. The tapes feature blade armor coating for long tape life and a durable, ergonomic, impact-resistant case. With a compact design and 14-foot reach max, Stanley Fat Max tapes are the go-to measuring tape to get the job done. No wonder they're the choice of the pros. Available now at the Home Depot and independent retailers.
If we've learned one thing lately, it's the importance of looking out for each other. That's why for the Honda Checkered Flag event, we worked hard to lease you a nicely equipped 2020 Honda CR-V LX from just $78 weekly at 2.99% and zero down, including the $750 Honda bonus. Having the CR-V assembly line in Ontario helps out too, and it even keeps me, the voice on the radio, well, on the radio. So thanks for that too. Includes freight and fees for 60 months, taxes extra OAC, see HondaOntario.com.
Hey, Blue Jays fans, this is Anthony Alford. You're listening to Blue Jays Baseball
on the Sportsnet Radio Network.
It is great to be back on the air with you, bringing you Blue Jays Baseball. Next to Mike Wilner, Ben Wagner, checking in at Tropicana Field tonight for the 2020 season opener. You knew this guy was going to get the baseball when he was introduced to Rogers Center back in December. It is Hyun-Jin Ryu. 4-year contract, $20 million each year. The lefty rocks into the windup in his first pitch wearing Blue Jay blue. A fastball outside for ball one. Andy Diaz in the leadoff slot. Hunter Renfroe and then Yoshi Tsutsugo. Batting 1, 2, and 3. 33-year-old is ready. Back into the wind and the pitch. A fastball on the outside corner. Evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Underway, 6:41 in the Eastern time zone. 21 degrees indoors at Tropicana Field. Danny Jansen puts down the signal, sets up outside the pitch. Missed away. Changeup. Couldn't get Diaz to bite.
Jansen did a good job trying to yank that back into the strike zone.
12-mile-an-hour
Joe
difference.
West was not buying it.
From the fastball.
Ryu with a couple of shakes as the fingers go down from Jansen. His battery mate. Defensively for the Blue Jays tonight, Travis Shaw is over at third base. Bo Bichette and Kevin Biggio are up the middle. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. getting his first start in the big leagues at first base. This was a development through summer camp.
Extra time
in the outfield, Derek Fisher, Randall Grichuk, and Teoscar Hernandez.
Which is saying something because he was a large man a season ago when we first came across.
Hyun-Jin Ryu staring in. Diaz waiting. Rocking back, Ryu readies, finds the target on the outside part of the plate and spikes a fastball and moves the count to 3 balls and 1 strike. We are nestled in a studio here in downtown Toronto. Many of our colleagues are doing the same thing, some of them in empty ballparks, broadcasting from a home radio booth. The pitch by Ryu, a fastball there on the top part of the zone, called a strike to move the count to 3-2. Our scene similar, like you've been seeing the last couple of days on social media. A couple of big screens in front of us, a couple of different angles, a lot of data being provided by Major League Baseball in backdoor stat portals. New way to watch the game. The pitch. A swing and a miss at a changeup. Diaz with a big hack at the changeup thrown by Ryu, and he's down on strikes. The first strikeout in the new career for Hyun-Jin Ryu is his first batter faced.
You really couldn't want to do it any better than that. And Hyun-Jin Ryu just fell behind 3-1, but battled back and used pretty much everything in his arsenal.
Back into the line, the pitch to Hunter Renfroe. Fastball away for ball 1. Ryu standing on the hill, 6 feet 3 inches, 255 pounds. Rock out of the line, the pitch. A changeup popped up in foul ground, left side, moving over into foul territory is Bichette, standing on the home plate area of the bullpens. They'll retire Renfroe in foul ground. So 2 up and 2 away. Ryu takes a moment while his defenders get back into their positions, collects his breath, points over at Bo Bichette, nods. He's ready to go. That'll bring up Yoshi Tsutsugo. Tsutsugo, signed from Japan, was a big free agent that was inked by the Rays this offseason. First pitch by Ryu, a curveball running inside for ball 1.
And there were a lot of teams that wanted Tsutsugo. He's a big left-handed bat. He's drawn comparisons to Kyle Schwarber of the Cubs. Power and patience. It's a good combination.
Hands off the chest for the batter and the pitch. A changeup rolled on the ground out to second, gobbled up by Biggio. Soft sidearm toss over to Guerrero at first base, retiring Tsutsugo and providing the first 1-2-3 inning for Hyun-Jin Ryu. We are through 1, no score. You're listening to Blue Jays Baseball, powered by Jack Links on the Sportsnet Radio Network.
Get back on the road this summer at Mazda of Toronto. Ontario's #1 Mazda volume dealer is open for business with new safety measures in place for your comfort and convenience. Check out the Mazda 3, winner of the World Car Design of the Year and 8-Jack Car of the Year. Plus the award-winning SUV series CX-3, CX-5, CX-9, and the all-new CX-30.
I'm George Epitopoulos from Mazda of Toronto. Come in and find out why we're #1. We're on Yonge, just south of Steeles. See MazdaToronto.com.
That we can all make more possible. More for our communities, more for our country. It's why in our 60th anniversary year, Rogers is doubling down on our partnerships with Food Banks Canada, Women's Shelters, Big Brothers Big Sisters, and many other community groups to make more hope possible and a better Canada possible. Because we don't want to get back to normal. We want to get back to better than normal. Learn more at rogers.com/the60project.
Hi, let me explain how to shop for an all-new Subaru. Get a pen and paper to write this down. Go online. underline that, and stick it on your fridge. Because when you search for an all-new Subaru, they'll help you in all new ways, especially if you're a newbie. Connect online or one-on-one for everything you need. Your local Subaru dealer has your back with great finance rates, whatever they are. Hashtag crushing it.
Find all new ways to safely shop at your Subaru dealer with rates from 0.5%.
This shade of blue looks good on everyone.
Deep right field. That ball's going to get out of here.
Toronto Blue Jays baseball continues on Sportsnet 590 The Fan.
Up to the second inning, being brought to you by your Ontario Honda dealers. Scoreless start for the Blue Jays and the Rays. Charlie Morton rocks into the windup in his first pitch to Travis Shaw. Fastball upstairs for ball one. Shaw sitting on 99 career home runs. Big bulk of them provided in back-to-back seasons in Milwaukee, where he had 30 or more in each. The pitch. Breaking ball wrapped over the outside corner, taken for a strike. Evens the count on Shaw, 1 ball and 1 strike. Travis thought in spring training 1.0 he was going to play a lot of first base. 2.0 is different. The pitch. Curveball bounced away foul on the first base side. Moves the count to 1-2. With a couple of weeks to go, the Blue Jays made the announcement that Vladimir Guerrero Jr. would move from third base to first base. The pitch to Shaw. 1-2. Swing and a miss at a fastball, and he's down on strikes. 4 up and 4 down, retired by the Rays right-hander. Not an uncomfortable transition for Travis Shaw. He's used to playing third base, did that in the minor leagues, and then when he busted into the bigs with Boston. It's only recently that he transitioned to the other corner playing first. The bigger adjustment was for Vladimir Guerrero Jr. In the minor leagues the last couple of years, he was over at third. Randall Grichuk steps in. He'll take off speed up and in for ball one. Morton deals, and a curveball falls across. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike on the Blue Jays center fielder. Morton deals. Fastball pops the glove of Mike Zunino, taken for a strike by Grichuk. The pitch. Bounce to the plate. Moves the count to 2-2. Grichuk led the ball club with 31 home runs and 80 RBI last year. In a small sample size, had success against Charlie Morton, going 4 for 10 against the right-hander. The pitch. Curveball hit in the air towards center field, backing up Kevin Kiermaier. He'll have plenty of room to work in front of the warning track, and he hauls in the fly ball. Well, you expect aces to meet on opening day, and that is the case for the Rays and the Blue Jays here tonight. Charlie Morton coming off what we called his best year in the major leagues, but not a surprise because he was trending upward, and the American League seems to be where he has completely turned everything around, letting his career blossom in the AL after 9 ho-hum seasons pitching in the National League. Rowdy Tellez digs in, slugs the first pitch in the air, out to left center field. Margot drifting to the glove hand side, right next to Kiermaier, makes the basket catch to retire Rowdy, and the Blue Jays again down 1-2-3. Inning and a half gone by, still no score. This is Blue Jays baseball, powered by Jack Links on the Sportsnet Radio Network.
A luxury feel with premium features. The Nissan Murano was made for the modern boss. And right now, during the Rediscover the Road sales event, lease a 2020 Nissan Murano from the equivalent of $199 bi-weekly. Or get up to $5,000 cash purchase bonus on other select models. Visit choosenissan.ca or your Nissan dealer. 428 monthly, 0 down, 1.9% for 48 months. Conditions apply.
When you're bothered by your mobile company, you're bothered by everything. Like Jessie and her boyfriend Aaron. Aaron's mindless humming was starting to get to Jessie.
His mindless humming was starting to get to me.
Me too, Jessie. But since switching to public mobile, where there's rewards that lower her phone bill, Jessie is now free to feel the love again. No contracts, no commitments, and no hidden fees. Save more at publicmobile.ca.
The Hyundai Shift into Drive sales event is coming to a close. You have until July 31st to take advantage of 0% financing and our 6-month payment deferral option on all new models, like the Up for Any Summer Adventure Tucson or the tech-savvy Connected to You Elantra. Visit your local dealer today or shop online from the comfort of your home with Hyundai Express Shopping. Visit your dealer or HyundaiCanada.com for details. Conditions apply.
Fist pumps, bat flips, brushbacks. Every game's a radio drama waiting to happen. Toronto Blue Jays baseball on Sportsnet 590 The Fan.
9 up and 9 down in this one. Blue Jays and Rays go to the home second at Tropicana Field. Next to Mike Wilner, I'm Ben Wagner. Thanks for joining us for Blue Jays baseball. Getting back on your radio here on opening night. Hyun-Jin Ryu, a 1-2-3. First inning of work. Donning the split script across his chest. Rocks into the windup and his fastball to Jose Martinez across for a called strike. Ryu, after a tremendous career that started in Chavez Ravine, had his best year with the Dodgers in his final year, moving into free agency this past winter. A strike one pitch. Changeup fouled back on a check swing by Jose Martinez. And it's 0-2. Ryu was so dominant last year, he became the 4th pitcher in Major League history to lead the majors in earned run average and post the fewest walks per 9 innings. An exhale, a head nod, softly stepping into the wind, high target from Jansen, and a fastball is high on Martinez, and it's 1-2. Ryu, leading the major leagues with his best earned run average and fewest walks per 9, became the first major league pitcher to do it since 1995. That was in the midst of Greg Maddux authoring 4 straight Cy Young awards. The pitch, curveball, bounced away foul, weakly struck on the third base side, and it stays 1-2.
That was a really, really good curveball by Hyun-Jin Ryu. He started at knee high and it dropped, and Jose Martinez, who has made his living in the major leagues over 3 years, destroying left-handed pitching, could not lay off that thing, thought it was going to be a hanger that he could put into the seats, and it just tumbled right off the table.
He might double up on it. The 1-2 pitch. Fastball hit on the ground towards the shortstop. Bo Bichette is there, comes upright, throws to first in time, and Martinez is retired. That's one thing we noticed in spring training watching Hyun-Jin Ryu, where he didn't throw a lot in actual spring training games. He pitched a lot in backfields. He pitched a lot in scrimmage sessions that the Blue Jays had a lot of times when the team was playing a road game in spring training. Hyun-Jin Ryu will feature 2 different curveballs. He's got the get me over curveball and then a change in velocity while keeping it lower in the ground. Or low in the zone to get it near the ground. That's when the eyes lit up of Jose Martinez. Now Manuel Margot steps in, takes outside for ball 1.
Pretty much since Ryu came to North America, he has been one of the best pitchers in the major leagues. The problem has been keeping him on the field.
Margot swings at a changeup, and it evens the count at 1-1.
And he doesn't do it by blowing you away. He does it with sequencing, with great command, with the ability to take on and put things off on each pitch. But he hasn't been able to stay healthy. And the beautiful thing about this truncated season is that the Blue Jays are asking him for just 12 starts.
The 1-1 pitch to Margot. Changeup in the dirt. 2 balls and 1 strike.
You get 12 starts out of Ryu, 12 starts out of Matt Shoemaker, 11 out of Nate Pearson. And all of a sudden, this team's rotation is looking very, very good.
Ryu throws. And a changeup hit on the line. Caught it shortstop by Bichette. 2 down. That might be the best contact off of Ryu, and it went right to the Blue Jays shortstop. Bo Bichette.
Yeah, this is the thing, right? Hyunjin's not going to give up a lot of hard contact, not going to give up a lot of line drives. I'm sure that there will be times where they're frustrations when balls sneak through or you get little bleeder hits. But for the most part, he's going to avoid the big fat part of the bat.
Mike Brasso digs in with 2 down, nobody on. Swings at the fastball and fouls it back for strike 1. Mike Brasso starting at second base. Daniel Robertson not ready and not as versatile as Brasso to break camp with the Rays. So Brasso makes his first opening day lineup. Ryu deals. This is with a changeup high. 1 ball and 1 strike.
By the way, Ben, you're right. That line drive was the hardest contact so far off Ryu at only 96 miles an hour of exit velocity. Rowdy's fly out to end the second was 100 miles an hour off the bat.
Out of the lineup, the pitch rolled on the ground to shortstop. Bichette with a shuffle step on to first in time to retire Brasso and the Rays. Fantastic debut for Hyunjin Ryu. 6 up, 6 down as we move to the third with the Blue Jays and the Rays scoreless. Mike Wilner's play-by-play is on the other side. This is Blue Jays baseball powered by Jack Links on the Sportsnet Radio Network. And we're back at the kitchen cupboard. Just as bare as it was last inning, that'll teach you to stock up on Jack Link's beef jerky. Jack Link's. Feed your wild side.
It's time. It's time to put joy back in joyrides. It's time to roll down the windows and turn up the volume. It's time to put life back in drive. Because right now at Toyota, you can lease a 2020 RAV4 from $102 weekly for 48 months at 4.99% APR. And, as always, our advanced safety features come standard. So if you're in the market for a new Toyota, visit shoptoyota.ca or contact your local dealer. We're ready when you are.
When you're spending more time at home than ever, you can't wait for an air conditioner repair or replacement. That's why Reliance Home Comfort is here to take your call 24/7. And it's why we offer our $500 next-day installation guarantee. It's also why we'll follow safety precautions to install our featured air conditioner now, but defer payments and interest until 2022. When you can't wait for air conditioning help.
Call on Reliance.
Financing OAC. Interest accrues from end of deferral period. Conditions apply. See website for details.
Try Jack Link's beef jerky. Available in jumbo-sized bags. It's the beef jerky version of having a donut on your bat in the on-deck circle. Jack Link's. Feed your wild side.
This is Toronto Blue Jays baseball.
Randall Grichuk races off towards the chalk, leaves his feet, and makes an incredible diving grab.
On Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Top of the third inning at Tropicana Field, a game that's still looking for its first base runner. And Charlie Morton's first pitch to Teoscar Hernandez, a cut fastball that misses outside for ball 1. Teoscar hit 26 home runs for the Blue Jays last year. Well, it was a pretty up and down offensive year. Takes that fastball high. Or maybe we should say down and up, because the second half was his much better half. Closed strong with an OPS over 900 in the last 2 months. The Blue Jays are hoping that since he only has to play 2 months here, he might be able to keep that going. Here's a 2-0 pitch. Swung on and foul back. 91-mile-an-hour fastball there from Charlie Morton. Mike Wilner and Ben Wagner here with you, and so happy to be back broadcasting regular season Major League Baseball. We thought this was going to happen 4 months ago. We're thrilled to be able to bring it to you now. There's a good curveball, and that was a very nice pitch, a strike, and Joe West just completely missed it and calls it ball 3. A terrific pitch from Morton to get right back in the count. And Joe West, who's umpiring the plate, didn't give it to him. Now it's a 3-1 and a swing and a miss on a big fastball. The count runs full. Cowboy Joe is the home plate umpire and the crew chief. Hunter Wendelstedt is working first. Vic Carapazza, a longtime favorite of Blue Jay fans, is your second base umpire. And the Canadian Stu Sherwater works third. Full count delivery, a little Kiermaier to his left. Makes the catch on the run. Kevin Kiermaier, one of 3 elite center fielders currently playing in this Tampa Bay outfield. And there's one away. 0-0. Top of the 3rd inning, first of a 3-game series. Ben and I will be back on the air tomorrow, Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern for a 3:10 first pitch. Matt Shoemaker will be on the hill for the Blue Jays. Here's Derek Fisher, hit 2 home runs in Boston on Tuesday night. Swings at the first pitch. It's a line drive into right field. It's a base hit. Chased down by Renfroe towards the corner, cuts it off, and gets it in quickly, holding Derek Fisher to a single. And hands up everybody who had Derek Fisher getting the Blue Jays' first hit of 2020. A hard line single right through that 3-4 hole on the infield.
Well, with what we saw him do the other night in Boston, Massachusetts, you would think that he would be feeling really comfortable and confident. One, hitting 2 home runs against the Boston Red Sox, capping off summer camp, making the opening day roster, making the opening day lineup here for the Blue Jays today.
Here's Danny Jansen, who's been on fire for the entire preseason. He takes a first pitch fastball for a strike, 0-1. Yeah, Derek Fisher, and we mentioned this on Tuesday, Derek Fisher obviously gets a bad rap among a lot of Blue Jays fans. They don't like what the Jays gave up for him. He did not make a good first impression at all. He does a lot of things well. Takes the lead off of first as Jansen gets that pitch inside, off the plate, but called a strike by Joe West. So the count is 0-2. So Joe has missed 1 pitch each for each team so far. Fisher with wheels, but Morton holds runners well and now throws over. And Derek dives back in safely. The Blue Jays are wearing 3 patches on their uniforms this season. There's the number 1 in white surrounded in black, a white split script to honor the memory of Tony Fernandez, the great Blue Jay who passed away in February. Curveball misses down and away, and it's 1-2. Then there are 2 smaller patches above that on the Blue Jays gray uniforms today, both in black and white script with the Major League Baseball logo on them in black. And it's one of them says Black Lives Matter, and one of them says United for Change. There's a swing and a pop-up by Jansen on the infield, and everybody converges. It's the shortstop Adames who makes the call and the catch. Back to first goes Fisher, and there are 2 away. The Rays are not wearing the Black Lives Matter and United for Change patches, at least not that we've seen so far on their uniform. So I don't know if the Blue Jays are just doing this today for opening day or if this will be a season-long thing. Before the game, the team stood together and held a black ribbon to honor the Black Lives Matter movement. All the Blue Jays were kneeling at the time. Bo Bichette swings and fouls the first pitch away from Charlie Morton. There's a runner on first, 2 out in the top of the 3rd. It's 0-0 here on opening day. The Blue Jays at the Trop against the Rays. Then the anthems played, and for O Canada, Anthony Alford and Santiago Espinal took a knee while the rest of the team stood. 0-1 to Poe is taken outside 1-1. When the Star Spangled Banner was played, Kevin Biggio and Vladimir Guerrero joined Alford and Espinal kneeling. The only Rays to kneel for the anthem were a couple of their coaches. Bichette fouls that pitch off, but Willie Adames, the shortstop, had his hand on both their shoulders. Ozzie Timmons and Omar Linares. Baseball trying to be a societal force for change. The civil rights upheaval that we've seen in the couple of months since the murder of George Floyd. 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss on a curveball, and you heard Bo let out a yelp as he knew he'd been had. Charlie Morton strikes him out with a beautiful pitch. The Blue Jays get the first hit of the ball game, but they stranded at first. We're going to the bottom of the 3rd in a 0-0 game. You're listening to Blue Jays Baseball, powered by Jack Links on the Sportsnet Radio Network.
1-877
online at carsforkids.ca. That's cars with a K. Pickup is quick and easy. You'll benefit a child and get a maximum tax credit.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car to
Also accepting boats, motorcycles, RVs, and truck donations.
With a Stanley Fat Max tape measure in your toolbox, you have what you need when accuracy counts. The measure of a pro. The tapes feature blade armor coating for long tape life and a durable, ergonomic, impact-resistant case. With a compact design and 14-foot reach max, Stanley Fat Max tapes are the go-to measuring tape to get the job done. No wonder they're the choice of the pros. Available now at the Home Depot and independent retailers.
As more businesses and services reopen, we must all continue our efforts to protect each other. Continue to practice physical distancing and stay 2 meters apart. Wear a face covering when physical distancing is a challenge or where required, and continue to wash hands frequently. Get tested if you're worried you may have COVID-19 or have been exposed to the virus. Inside or out, stay safe. Save lives. Visit ontario.ca/coronavirus to learn more. Paid for by the Government of Ontario.
He has all the angles covered in the outfield.
Randall Grichuk makes the catch.
Randall Grichuk and the Toronto Blue Jays play here on the Sportsnet Radio Network.
Third inning is brought to you by Jack Links. Send hunger down to the minors and feed your wild side. First pitch at the bottom of the third, a Hyunjin Ryu curveball that drops in low on Willie Adames for ball one. Rays have been 6 up, 6 down against Ryu in his Blue Jays debut. Hyunjin signed the 4-year, $80 million contract with the Jays in the offseason immediately, taking this team from a 95-loss job last year to a chance to play 500 this year. There's a swing and a foul back. And it's 1-1. Mike Wilner, Ben Wagner here with you, as we will be for the entire sprint to the finish. The Blue Jays play 60 games between now and September 29th, when they wrap things up in Buffalo against Baltimore. Pitch is swung on, hit on a ground to second, off the glove, a diving Biggio into shallow center field. Adames will take it as Grichuk falls down trying to pick it up. Now he has it, and Adames stops at second. Not sure what happened to Randall there as he went to grab that ball, but he did a full rollover. The ball was hit hard in one hop to Biggio, who went down to a knee to get it, but had it come up on him and glance off his glove. Grichuk went to pick it up with a bare hand and just went right down. So we'll wait for the word for the official scoring, see if that's a double. It likely is for Adames. And it's the first base runner for the Rays as Kevin Kiermaier steps in left on left against Ryu. Takes the first pitch, curveball high.
Grichuk had to reverse his course because if that ball slips past Biggio cleanly, it goes up the right center field alley, glances off the glove, goes back more towards a true center. So he stopped, but he was in a full sprint coming to get the baseball. And when he bent over, that vicious turf monster got him.
Snapped up and bit him. It's a double for Adames. Corners are in for Kiermaier, a terrific bunter. He takes a curveball off the plate away, called the strike, 1-1.
I think that's a double all the way. It was hit hard right at the second baseman.
Yeah, once it glances off Biggio, Adames is getting second for sure, whether Grichuk comes up with it or not. Adames takes his lead, a look back. The 1-1 pitch swung on and fouled off third base side. And Ryu's ahead in the count, 1-2. I said September 29th. I meant September 27th. That's the last day of the season. But September 29th could be the first day of the playoffs for the Blue Jays. Major League Baseball has expanded the playoffs for this year. 8 teams will make it in each league. 1-2 now to Kiermaier in the dirt, blocked nicely by Jansen. A curveball from Ryu, and he didn't get Kiermaier to bite. The count is 2-2. The top 2 teams in every division will make the postseason, and there will be 2 wild cards in each league. Ryu steps off to get Adames back towards second base. So the Blue Jays went from a 5 in 15 chance to make the playoffs to an 8 in 15 chance just yesterday. 2-2 pitch. Swung on a little tapper out in front of the plate. Well, not in front. It was right beside the plate and spinning backwards. Casey Jansen was able to grab it with his bare hand, but it was in foul territory behind home plate. So Kiermaier will go back. This has been Ryu's toughest at bat so far in this game. 2-2 on the tough Kiermaier. The pitch swung on, fouled away. That was a changeup that was up a bit. Ryu threw 22 pitches coming into this inning. And this will be his 7th to Kiermaier. Here it comes. 2-2. Way up with a fastball, and the count is full. Kevin Kiermaier, it's hard to believe, has really not been a very good major league hitter over the last few years. It's hard to believe because he wears out the Blue Jays. But over the past 2 seasons, Kiermaier has hit just .223 with only a .280 on base percentage. Full count pitch. Swung on, a little liner out to short on a hop. Bichette has it. Throw it on to first just to get the speedy Kiermaier. To third comes Willy Adames. So after all that work, Kevin Kiermaier did what he wanted to do. He advanced the base runner. And now the Rays have a runner at third with less than 2 outs. And Mike Zunino at the plate.
You expect with Hyun-Jin Ryu on the mound that it'll be a busy day on the ground. And Bo Bichette has to be the vacuum today. Everything is hitting right at Bo.
7 balls in play against Ryu today. 5 of them fielded by Bo Bichette. Here's Mike Zunino. Big power catcher, but big strikeout too. He takes a curveball down, half swing. He does not go, says first base umpire Hunter Wendelstedt. And it's ball 1. The Blue Jays have just 1 hit in this game off of Charlie Morton. It's a single by Derek Fisher. The Rays have just 1 hit, the Adames double, but it's at third right now with 1 out in the bottom of the third, and the Blue Jays are playing the shift and playing the infield in. The 1-0. Fastball right at the top of the zone, but Ryu missed his spot, and Joe West will never call that a strike. It's 2-0. Zunino hit 165 last year with just a 544 OPS. Pitch to him, a swing and a miss, and a good change. 2-1. He struck out 98 times in 289 plate appearances. 98 strikeouts in 90 games played. An imposing right-handed bat against the lefty Ryu. The 2-1 pitch swung on and popped up right into that trop roof. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. in foul territory makes an over-the-shoulder catch and quickly turns around to make sure Willy Adames isn't going to score. Vladdy did not look good making that catch, having to pick the ball out of the trop roof, sort of leaning back over his back shoulder, but he makes the catch, and there are 2 away.
That's a really difficult play in the trop for anybody. Doesn't matter if you're making your first major league start at first base or not. Things disappear. up in the Trop roof. Sometimes they hit guy wires. Sometimes they'll hit the catwalk. You've got the A, B, C, D rings to contend with. It's an adventure. Anything in the air.
Here's Yandy Diaz, who struck out to start Hyunjin Ryu's start. He misses with the first pitch with a changeup, ball one. Add to that, Ben, that it's a rainy day in Tampa. We're not at the Trop, but we know well when that sky clouds over and gets dark and gray, that roof is even tougher. 1-0 pitch, low for ball two.
It's tough anytime. And I don't know which is the toughest, when it gets dark or when it's brighter, because then it absorbs the baseball the moment that it leaves a bat. It's above the eye line. There's really no rhyme or reason.
No, there's no good time to play at Tropicana Field, that's for sure. 2-0 pitch, misses away, and Ryu is behind 3-0 for the first time in his Blue Jays career. On deck is Hunter Renfroe. Here it comes. Change right at the bottom of the zone, called a strike, and it's 3-1. Diaz originally played for Cleveland his first couple of years in the major leagues. And then the Rays got him in December of 2018 as part of a three-team trade that also involved Seattle. The trade had Edwin Encarnacion going to the Mariners. There's a fastball right in the top corner of the zone, called outside by West. Ball four, Diaz draws the walk. First walk for Hyunjin Ryu. And the Rays have runners on the corners with 2 out. We'll bring up Hunter Renfroe, who came over to Tampa Bay in one of 2 off-season trades they made with San Diego. This was the Tommy Pham deal. First pitch, change up low. Danny Jansen couldn't pull it up into the zone for Joe West, and it's ball one. Renfroe in San Diego, a very tough park for hitters, has hit 85 home runs over the last 3 years. He's also struck out 400 times. 1-0 pitch, fastball away, and West will give Ryu that one. It's 1-1. The Rays like him in the top of the order, at least against the lefty. Not sure we'll see this tomorrow with Matt Shoemaker on the mat. Runners on the corners, 2 out. The 1-1 pitch in there for a strike. A gorgeous changeup from Ryu. And he's ahead of Renfroe, 1-2. Hyunjin has had to work hard here in this third inning. He's already thrown 23 pitches in the frame. Infield's backed up, so Adames can take a good lead off third. Here's the pitch in the dirt, blocked by Jansen. Ryu doesn't get the chase from Renfroe, and it's 2-2. This is the first of a 3-game series at the Rays. Part of what was supposed to be a 5-game road trip that may wind up being a 17-game road trip for the Jays. 2-2 pitch, a swing and a miss. Change up away. Renfroe chases it, and Hyunjin Ryu strikes him out, stranding that leadoff double. We're going to the 4th inning. It is 0-0. Jays and Rays. You're listening to Blue Jays Baseball, powered by Jack Links on the Sportsnet Radio Network.
We'll get you back to the Blue Jays and Rays in just a second from Tropicana Field. But earlier, the Blue Jays have finally nailed down
a home stadium landing at Salem Field in Buffalo. Their first game at their new digs could be July 31st against the Philadelphia Phillies. Meantime, the Raptors hold their first scrimmage tonight in Orlando, taking on the Houston Rockets. Streaming live on the Sportsnet app, this is Toronto Sports Radio, Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Ontario's #1 Mazda volume dealer is open for business with new safety measures in place for your comfort and convenience. Check out the Mazda 3, winner of the World Car Design of the Year and 8-Jack Car of the Year, plus the award-winning SUV series CX-3, CX-5, CX-9, and the all-new CX-30.
I'm George Epitopoulos from Mazda of Toronto. Come in and find out why we're #1. We're on Yonge, just south of Steeles. See MazdaToronto.com.
Make the most of what comes next with a bank account that gives you more. With the Scotiabank Ultimate Package, you can get a boost to your savings, unlimited Interac e-transfer transactions, and a $300 welcome bonus. So make the most of what comes next with the Scotiabank Ultimate Package. For a limited time, conditions apply. Visit scotiabank.com/ultimate300. Scotiabank.
This is Toronto Blue Jays baseball.
The Toronto Blue Jays storm from behind, erasing a 6-run deficit
on Sportsnet 590 The Fan.
Download the MLB Ballpark app for free to play Blue Jays Bingo and get your chance to win $10,000 in Sobeys gift cards to be used towards your family's groceries. Kevin Biggio bunts at the first pitch, bunts it up the first base line, and slides in safely with a bunt single. We were talking in his last at bat about how Kevin bunts against the shift the other way. This time he took it with him and raced Charlie Morton and said, "Beat me to the bag." Yandy Diaz was able to field it, but Morton couldn't handle the throw. Biggio beat him anyway. And how about that? A drag bunt single for Kevin Biggio to begin this fourth inning.
I talked with Charlie Montoyo about who he would prefer to have bunt in situations, and he said Kevin Biggio is one of the best bunters on the ball club. I'd love to see him.
Vladdy hits a hard ground ball to right. That's a base hit. It gets under the glove of a diving Brasso. Biggio will stop at second as Renfroe got on it quickly. 2 pitches, 2 hits for the Blue Jays here in the fourth. Back-to-back singles by Biggio and Guerrero will bring up Travis Shaw.
My question for Charlie Montoyo is more in late game situations, especially into the extra innings. Who would he like to come to the plate in these situations and have guys bunt to move runners over? We know Biggio can beat shifts with the bunt. We didn't expect this, and he went after the first pitch to do it. He never jumps on a first pitch.
Yeah, Kevin, who is so patient. Now Travis Shaw takes the first pitch curve in for a strike from Morton. Shaw is equally patient, draws his share of walks, but the Blue Jays have been in ambush mode here with singles on the first 2 pitches. That drag bunt by Biggio and the ground ball by Vlad. There's a swing and a miss on a fastball, and Morton just plain beat Shaw with that one. It's 0-2.
Second time through the order, they may think the breaking ball is really good tonight for Charlie Morton. So if they see the fastball, you got to go after the fastball.
0-2 is a fastball missed high.
And that's why Biggio goes after the first pitch he sees. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. immediately attacks on the first pitch.
Shaw with the red batting gloves. There's number 6 in the split numbers. And Biggio dancing off second makes Charlie Morton step off the bag. Talking about that MLB Ballpark app, you can download it to play Blue Jays Bingo and get your chance to win $10,000 in Sobeys gift cards to be used towards your family's groceries. Game day prizes also include a $100 Sobeys gift card and Blue Jays prize packs. Download the MLB Ballpark app today. Visit bluejays.com/ballpark app. Shaw takes a curveball outside. Now it's 2-2. Here it comes. Swung on and fouled off. Another Morton curveball. It's 0-0. The Blue Jays and Rays here in the top of the fourth inning. Opening day. A 60-game season, so every game is worth almost 3. 2-2 pitch. High, ball 3. And the count runs full. Zunino has a very, very good throwing arm. We'll see if Charlie Morton puts the runners in motion. Shaw walks a lot, but is also prone to the strikeout. Runners are not going. 3-2 pitch is a curveball down. Might have caught the bottom of the zone, but Joe West says ball 4, and the Blue Jays have the bases loaded and nobody out here in the 4th inning.
And early on, talk about each game being worth 3 times. Here's the big opportunity that's worth 3 times right in front of you. Moments to win ball games come up. Bases loaded, no out situation.
Absolutely. Let's see what Randall Grichuk does. The Rays have the shift on, and it's a first pitch fastball that Randall lets go for strike 1. 3 infielders on the left side of second base. Tsutsugo's playing even with the bag at third. Blue Jays runners take their leads. The 0-1 pitch, a curveball just misses inside. And it's 1-1. We saw Vlad ready to attack that early fastball. Biggio had made his mind up to bunt on the first pitch. Grichuk was not attacking that first fastball after the walk. 1-1 is high. 2-1 is Charlie Morton. Struggles with his control a little bit. He was sensational through the first 3 innings, allowing just the single by Derek Fisher. Now here he is about to throw his 57th pitch, and he is surrounded by Blue Jays with nobody out. The 2-1. High ball 3. Missed with a cut fastball. And now Randall Grichuk is in the catbird seat. A 3-1 count against a pitcher who's struggling for control. Here it comes, and it's swung on and lined into left field. That's a base hit. Picked up quickly by Margot, so Vladdy is held. But in to score is Cavan Biggio with the first run of the 2020 season. It's an RBI single for Randall Grichuk, and it puts the Blue Jays on top, 1-0 in the 4th.
That's got to feel great for Randall Grichuk, rolling right off of the fingertips of Charlie Morton, and then right back on the inner third of the plate. Randall with sinking fastball, kept his hands in, got the barrel out, and hit a solid line drive over the 3 defenders on the left side of the diamond. That's a really good approach. When you're in attack mode, you got to pick out a good pitch to hit because the guy has to make a good pitch.
And on a 3-1 count, you get it, you hit it hard, and that's what Randall Grichuk did. Now there's a conference on the mound as Charlie Morton has struggled mightily here. Hasn't gotten an out yet in this 4th inning. He's given up 3 singles and a walk, and Rowdy Tellez comes to the plate. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is on third. Travis Shaw at second, so not a lot of speed there. Randall Grichuk, the fastest of the 3 runners on base, is on first. Rowdy has had an excellent spring training and summer camp. He flied out to left in his first trip. First pitch from Morton is a curveball that stays away for ball 1. Looking for movement in the Rays bullpen, and we're not seeing any quite yet. Morton is about to throw pitch number 60. The Blue Jays as a team hit 8 grand slams last year. Here's a ground ball foul.
This is a situation, too, I would expect the Rays to get somebody loosening because Charlie Morton is different than what we have been talking about with Matt Shoemaker and Trent Thornton, even Hyun-Jin Ryu. Charlie Morton doesn't have a high pitch count. They don't expect him to go 80 or 90 pitches.
A 1-1 ball swung on and hit high in the air. Deep right center. Kiermaier at the track is underneath it. He'll make the catch just in front of the track. Tagging and scoring is Guerrero. Into third is Travis Shaw. It's a long sac fly for Rowdy Tellez, and it makes it 2-0 Blue Jays. In that situation, you're looking for a pitch you can drive, and Rowdy got one.
Put it in play, get it in the air. That's one of the small things that the Blue Jays didn't capitalize on enough last year. A sacrifice fly becomes big. Now you go from just scoring 1, you get that crooked number on the board. These are the opportunities the Blue Jays were presented because they had a bases loaded, no out situation, and little by little they have manufactured the runs.
Teoscar Hernandez with runners at first and third and 1 out. First pitch to him is hit in the air. High and deep to left field. Margot back in front of the track. He makes the catch. And tagging and scoring is Travis Shaw. Back-to-back sack flies for the Blue Jays. It's 3-0. And this is how you take advantage of your opportunities. The Blue Jays had the bases loaded with no outs. All 3 runners have scored, 2 of them without the benefit of a hit.
All starts with a bunt single from Kevin Biggio. Saw a big shift against him his first time up. Drags it with him this time. Solid contact by Guerrero going the other way. We saw a lot of that from Vladdy, but that's how he was pitched, so he goes the other way. And the Blue Jays start to build this big inning.
Now Derek Fisher takes the first pitch inside, and Zunino comes up looking to fake a throw back to first where Randall Grichuk is. The Rays are going with 3.5 outfielders for Fisher. The second baseman, Mike Brasso, is well back in right field. Tsutsugo, the only defender on the left side. Morton snaps off his best curveball of the inning, and it's taken for a strike, 1-1. Derek Fisher singled in the third for the Blue Jays' first hit of the season. They've gotten their second, third, and fourth here in the fourth, and their first 3 runs. The pitch. Curveball away. Ball 2, 2-1. First of a 3-game series between the Blue Jays and the Rays to open up what will be a 60-game regular season. The 2-1 swung on and hit high in the air. Left field, deep but foul. And it'll get out of play. 2-2. We hear the music from the Rays. We see the finish hymn on the scoreboard to the no fans at the Trop. Trying to make this as real an environment as possible as the piped-in cheering comes in. 2-2 to Fisher. Strike 3 called. Fastball on the inside corner. Might have been inside a hair. Joe West rings up Fisher, and a very good inning comes to a close for the Blue Jays. They load the bases with nobody out, and they score them all. We're going to the bottom of the fourth. It's Toronto 3, Tampa Bay nothing. You're listening to Blue Jays Baseball, powered by Jack Links on the Sportsnet Radio Network.
With all your sports currently on ice, Upper Deck wants to get you back in the game. Bring your favorite teams and players right to your desktop with Upper Deck E-Pack. Rekindle your love of collecting and trading with game-used jersey and autograph cards, Young Gun rookies, and exclusive E-Pack achievements. Head to UpperDeckEPack.com and buy, open, collect, and trade your favorite cards from home. You can purchase and open actual packs online and get your cards shipped to you at any time. And you'll love this. Get a free pack every day just for logging on. Collect the best. UpperDeckEPack.com.
And we're back at Wagner Field with the Birds taking on the Squirrels. There's a pinch runner in the game, Bobby Bushytail, and Jay Bird is checking him out. Oh, there he goes. He slides into the feeder, claws up to steal the bird seeds. That was nasty. Now there's a major squabble on the field.
You'll be amazed at the action in your backyard when you serve up Armstrong Bird Food.
There's a chipmunk on the field now. I don't believe it.
Armstrong Bird Food, feeding Blue Jays and other feathered friends since 1986.
Lately, we've learned that we all win when we help each other out, which is why we're holding the Honda Checkered Flag event. Leasing a well-equipped 2020 Honda Civic LX from just $59 weekly at 1.99% and zero down, including the $1,000 Honda bonus, is a great deal for you. Having the Civic assembly line in Ontario is great for the community, and if you tell them you really like that guy on the radio, that'd be great too. Win-win-win, right? Includes freight and fees for 60 months, taxes extra OAC, see HondaOntario.com.
Listen to me, listen to me, listen to me now. Listen to me, listen to me, listen to me now.
Hi, this is Mark Budzinski, and you're listening to Blue Jays Baseball on the Sportsnet Radio Network.
They're going to the bottom of the fourth inning at Tropicana Field. Mike Wilner and Ben Wagner here at Baseball Control in Toronto. And Hyunjin Ryu has a 3-0 lead in his first pitch to Yoshitomo Tsutsugo is a pretty curveball taken for a strike. 0-1. The Blue Jays 3 runs in the top of the fourth inning on an RBI single by Randall Grichuk and sac flies by Rowdy Tellez and Teoscar Hernandez. The 0-1 sliced foul out of play. This is Tsutsugo's major league debut. And this is the weird stuff that we were hearing in Toronto in the intra-squad games too, where you have that call and answer thing where you expect the fans to reply, and there just aren't any. 0-2 to Tetsugo is a fastball high. Yoshi is 28 years old and has played for the Yokohama Bay Stars in the Japan Central League since 2012. Fastball misses high. Make that 2010 up and down. Over 10 seasons in NPB, the top league in Japan. A 285 hitter with a 382 on base. 205 homers and 4,000 plate appearances, and he gets drilled. A curveball, a changeup, slips out of Ryu's hands, and it gets Tetsugo up on that right biceps. And it's his first time on base in the major leagues, and it's got to sting a little bit. He's aboard to lead off the bottom of the fourth. Speaking of getting dinged, our injury reports brought to you by Sokoloff Lawyers. If you've been seriously injured in an accident and don't know your rights, don't let your insurance company play hardball with you and your family. Let Sokoloff Lawyers go to bat for you. All they do is personal injury. Don't put it off. Call Wendy Sokoloff or visit ouryouhurt.ca. Ryu's first pitch to Jose Martinez is in there for a strike, 0-1. Ben Wagner, there is one name missing from what was supposed to be the Blue Jays' opening day lineup, and he is the subject of our injury report.
That was a late injury in summer camp for Lourdes Gurriel Jr. Left the lineup in an inter-squad game before the Blue Jays left Toronto with a sore left side. Took some live batting practice yesterday.
0-1, fouled into the glove of Danny Jansen, and it's 0-2.
He's taken some batting practice through Boston as well. He's on a return-to-play program, but he just can't quite make the opening day lineup. He said it's just a little bit short, a little bit sore to get multiple at-bats and really tweak that side. But the good news is he's available tonight off the bench if the Blue Jays need him to pinch hit.
And we do expect him to start tomorrow. Tetsugo takes his lead off of first. Not really a threat to run. The 0-2, swing and a miss. Slider away, and Jose Martinez swings right through it for the first out.
The Blue Jays got through spring training and summer camp relatively healthy. All things considered, there were no major injuries sustained. Any bumps or bruises that were lingering from spring training got healed up and actually benefited a lot of Blue Jays, Ryan Barucki included. So this was pretty much an injury-free camp and then summer.
Manuel Margot takes the first pitch low for ball one. Yeah, you had the Barucki issues in the spring that he's recovered from. Rafael Dolis had the appendectomy in the spring. He's recovered. Really, it's only Lourdes Gurriel Jr. and Chase Anderson who are injured for the Blue Jays, and Anderson is on the injured list. 1-0, swing and a miss. A good fastball, 1-1. But even he's going to be back sooner than expected, we're told.
And I think the Blue Jays are thrilled about that. When you hear obliques with a pitcher, you grimace and you think months.
Yep.
Not just 10 to 12 days and a couple of weeks, and then you're right back on the bump. That's never the case. It'll be a couple of weeks. It'll definitely take 2 or 3 weeks to get Anderson through this.
1-1, swing and a miss. Ryu is ahead of Manuel Margot 1-2 with a runner at first and one out. Bottom of the fourth, 3-0 Blue Jays.
The Blue Jays rotation with a spot open because Chase Anderson isn't available. You wonder what that will do, but this is also a situation we knew the Blue Jays rotation would change.
1-2 pitch is fouled away. Yeah, Charlie Montoyo still won't tell us who's pitching on Sunday. He said he's going to go 2 at a time because of everything that's going on. So hopefully tomorrow we'll find out who pitches Sunday. But like you were alluding to, Ben, we know that Nate Pearson is on the way at some point in time.
He's already traveling with the ball club. He's in Tampa. He's getting acclimated to Major League life.
1-2 pitch, swung on, hit on the ground to third. Picked by Shaw, go to second one. On to first, not in time to beat the speedy Manuel Margot. So he beats out the double play, but Ben Wagner there it was. The first pick of a low throw at first base by Vladimir Guerrero Jr., and it was perfect.
The soft hands of Vladimir Guerrero Jr. When I was talking with Louis Rivera, the third base coach, and he works with the infielders, last year he told me he loves how Vlad handles the backhand pick. Backhand diving off near the line, step over the body of the backhand there. He really likes that. When a first baseman stretches out and you're right-handed, guess what? That low throw is usually handled on a backhand. And he let that ball take the hop out of the clay and then pound it right into the pocket of the glove.
Here's Mike Brasso. 2 out and a runner at first, and he takes a slider in for a strike right on the inside corner, 0-1. That's the first time that Vlad's had to make that play, either in a preseason or intra-squad game at all, and he looked just like a real first baseman.
And magnified because of what was developing. It wasn't just a low throw with nobody on. He was trying for a double play. So the stretch is longer, everything.
Throw over to first. Little lob in there, and Margot, who's got some wheels, is back in.
For Vlad, all of these first plays are going to be accelerated, right? I'm sure that play felt a lot faster than it's going to play for him in a couple of weeks.
Talk about being thrown into the fire. Last week, he was named the Blue Jays first baseman. 0-1 pitch to Brasso is a fastball up.
The move doesn't surprise me at all, and it shouldn't surprise Vladimir Guerrero Jr. In talking with some Blue Jays people recently, he was well aware that this could be something that they decided on before he got to the regular season, let alone what summer camp would look like. But this is a situation that we found out first about at the end of February.
Here's a 1-1. Outside, missed badly. And Brasso is ahead 2-1. Mike Brasso, second-year player, grounded out to short to end the second inning. Now he's up with 2 out again, and the Rays down 3-0 with a runner on first. Here comes pitch number 64 for Ryu, and it's swung on, hit into the gap in right center. Grichuk will give chase. He's not going to get it. It is one hop off the wall. Margot hits third. He will score on a double by Brasso. And the Tampa Bay Rays are on the board for the first time in 2020, cutting into the Blue Jays lead that's now 3-1.
Pitch on the lower outside part of the plate. Brasso goes down, golfs it to the gap, going the opposite way. And with the speed of Margot with 2 outs, it factors twofold against the Blue Jays. He beats out a potential inning-ending double play, and then running on contact with 2 outs, a ball like that in the alley, Margot is going to score easily from first.
Margot is pretty much right there with Kevin Kiermaier as far as foot speed goes. The 2 fastest players on the Rays. He may have been the only one other than Kiermaier that beats out that ground ball for a double play to keep the inning going. Ryu misses up with the first pitch to Willy Adames. 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors for the Blue Jays. A run on 2 hits and no errors for the Rays. It is opening night. And the Blue Jays have that lead in Tampa in the bottom of the 4th. The 1-0 is low. Ball 2. No action in the Blue Jays bullpen. Ryu was up over 80 pitches in his last intra-squad start. He's at 66 right now. 29 balls and 37 strikes. Takes a look back at second to Brasso. The pitch. Swing and a miss. And a good changeup. And Adames way out in front of it, and it's 2-1. We are here at Baseball Control in Toronto, where we will be all season long. Dan Shulman and Buck Martinez down the hall doing the TV broadcast. 2-1 pitch to Adames, fouled off and through Danny Jansen. And Ryu right back evening up this count, 2-2. Blue Jays announcing today that they will play the majority of their home games at Salin Field in Buffalo, formerly Coca-Cola Field, formerly Pilot Field. But we will remain here. The 2-2, just high. Tomorrow we're on the air at 3 o'clock Eastern Time for a 3:10 first pitch. Matt Shoemaker for the Blue Jays, Ryan Yarbrough for the Rays. And neither the Jays nor the Rays have announced their starting pitcher for Sunday. Runner at second, 2 out. 3-1 Blue Jays. It's a full count to Willie Adames, who doubled in his last trip. Here it comes. It's inside, ball 4. Second walk of the night for Ryu to go with a hit batsman. And it brings Kevin Kiermaier to the plate.
I think for the Rays, Sunday's starter depends on what happens on Friday and Saturday, and they've played this game with their opposing managers before. For the Blue Jays, they've got an idea where they want to go, and in the next couple of days, you're going to see roster moves. Again, we've talked about the rotation that's going to be in flux. The 30-man roster is exciting for everybody that's involved. Opening day is extremely special.
First pitch to Kevin Kiermaier misses away for ball 1.
But what we also know is the Blue Jays manufacture rosters to give them the best advantage per series. So this 30-man roster is designed with even its expansion to give the Blue Jays the best chance in 3 games against the Tampa Bay Rays.
1-0 pitch. Good breaking ball called a strike. 71-mile-an-hour curveball from Ryu. And it's 1-1. Yeah, absolutely. And again, we've talked about how games are worth more. This 3-game series against the Tampa Bay Rays is really worth 8 games over a real season. So you got to get every edge you can. The 1-1, fastball in the outside corner, 1-2. And we'll see what they do Sunday. I think Anthony Kay is probably the odds-on favorite to start that game, but who knows how long. And then we'll see if there are roster moves in the offing as they head to D.C. Check of the runners, the 1-2 pitch. Foul tip off the knee pad of Danny Jansen, and Kiermaier stays alive, 1-2.
When you look at this Rays lineup, there's maybe a situation where the Blue Jays feel that they've got somebody they may use as an opener for an inning or 2, and then go to a bulk guy like Anthony Kay.
And that, too, might depend on who they use out of the pen tonight and tomorrow. Runners at first and second. Blue Jays up by 2. The 1-2 to Kiermaier. Curveball swung and fouled away. Desperation swing there by Kiermaier on that slow curve.
Conversations around the Blue Jays rotation and getting guys stretched out kind of went by the wayside when we saw the pitch counts of Matt Shoemaker, Trent Thornton, Hyun-Jin Ryu elevate, and you think, well, okay, maybe these guys are good for 5 or 6. But there are still some guys that the Blue Jays may try to piece together piggyback situations with.
There's a curveball swing and a miss, and Hyun-Jin Ryu snaps off an even better one, and Kevin Kiermaier has no answer. The Rays do get a run on the RBI double by Mike Brasso, but the Blue Jays keep a 3-1 lead as they head to the 5th at the Trop. Ben Wagner's got the play-by-play on the other side. It's Blue Jays baseball powered by Jack Links on the Sportsnet Radio Network.
If we've learned one thing lately, it's the importance of looking out for each other. That's why for the Honda Checkered Flag event, we worked hard to lease you a nicely equipped 2020 Honda CR-V LX from just $78 weekly at 2.99% and 0 down, including the $750 Honda bonus. Having the CR-V assembly line in Ontario helps out too, and it even keeps me, the voice on the radio, well, on the radio. So thanks for that too. Includes freight and fees for 60 months, taxes extra OAC, see HondaOntario.com.
When you're bothered by your mobile company, you're bothered by everything. Like Jessie and her boyfriend Aaron. Aaron's mindless humming was starting to get to Jessie.
His mindless humming was starting to get to me.
Me too, Jessie. But since switching to public mobile, where there's rewards that lower her phone bill, Jessie is now free to feel the love again. No contracts, no commitments, and no hidden fees. Save more at publicmobile.ca.
The Hyundai Shift into Drive sales event is coming to a close. You have until July 31st to take advantage of 0% financing and our 6-month payment deferral option on all new models, like the Up for Any Summer Adventure Tucson or the tech-savvy Connected to You Elantra. Visit your local dealer today or shop online from the comfort of your home with Hyundai Express Shopping. Visit your dealer or HyundaiCanada.com for details. Conditions apply.
This is Toronto Blue Jays baseball.
Deep right field, that's got a shot, and it is gone. Second home run of the night for Kevin Biggio.
On Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
We'll go to the fifth inning at Tropicana Field tonight where the Blue Jays lead the Rays 3-1. Next to Mike Wilner, I'm Ben Wagner. Thanks for joining us for Blue Jays baseball here on the radio. Danny Jansen, Bo Bichette, Kevin Biggio will bat. After fouling the first pitch off, here's a line drive from Jansen, sinking into right field. Swatted at by the sliding Renfroe. He can't pick it cleanly, and it'll drop in for a base hit for Danny Jansen. And the Blue Jays have their leadoff man aboard for the second consecutive at bat. In the fourth inning, it started with a bunt single. Kevin Biggio drug it up the first base side with them. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. then singled the opposite way. Travis Shaw got a quick walk to load the bases with nobody out. And then Randall Grichuk worked in front 3-1. Charlie Morton had to throw a strike. Grichuk attacked and drove home the first run of the season. Bo Bichette looks at a curveball and swings and fouls it back for strike one. Back-to-back sacrifice fly, manufacturing a 3-run fourth inning for Toronto. Rays got one back in the home half. The pitch to Bichette. Fastball's high. 1 ball and 1 strike on Bo. 0 for 2 tonight. He's bounced out and struck out. Blue Jays starting to work their way through the card for the third time against Charlie Morton. Morton's 72nd pitch of the night. Fastball, swing and a miss. And it's 1-2. Bo Bichette lives in the Tampa area, but the Blue Jays, in their travel party, came up with a set of rules and guidelines that they wanted all the players to stay in the hotel and live together during this time. A 1-2 pitch to Bo. Fastball tails away, and it goes 2 balls and 2 strikes. When the Blue Jays go to Florida, and a lot of them live on both coasts, the Gulf side and the eastern side, usually there's a cavalcade of drivers waiting on the plane when it arrives at both the Miami or the St. Pete airport. The 1-2 pitch bounced away foul sharply up the third base side.
And that's something that I was wondering whether or not they would do, whether they would let guys go home. Florida is in a really rough shape as far as COVID-19 goes. It's a great idea to keep them all buttoned up at the hotel.
2 balls and 2 strikes on Bo Bichette. Morton's getting ready for his 75th pitch of the night, and the bullpen starts to stir behind him. Toronto in front 3-1, trying to knock out one of the game's best. Bichette swings and a humpback liner sinks into right field, down for a base hit. Jansen cuts the bag at second, but he'll check in there. Back-to-back singles for the Blue Jays here starting the 5th inning.
Danny was really on the move there, but Kevin Kiermaier can throw the baseball. Kevin Kiermaier still with a tremendous arm out there in center field, and Jansen knew it, threw on the brakes, and is going to give Biggio, Guerrero, and Shaw a chance. Now we got double-barreled activity in that Rays pen.
Looks like Jalen Beeks is one of the two. That's the lefty, Kyle Snyder, with his mask wrapped all the way around the back, neck, and front of his face, visiting on the mound with Mike Zunino and Charlie Morton. While we have a moment, let's get to the St. Louis Bar and Grill out-of-town scoreboard, brought to you by St. Louis Bar and Grill. Mike, there was some real fun for Canadian baseball players had today, both with Atlanta and Cincinnati.
Yeah, you bet. Start in Cincinnati. What the heck? The Reds have a 4-1 lead over the Detroit Tigers. And it's Joey Votto, who has gone deep for the Reds.
Kevin Biggio steps in, swings at a curveball, and rips it foul over the bullpen of Tampa Bay for strike one.
Votto with his first home run of the year. A lot of people are picking the Cincinnati Reds to win the National League Central. They improved a great deal over the course of the offseason.
Biggio waiting on the strike one pitch. Morton deals, and the fastball misses high. Joey Votto joins Larry Walker as the only Canadians in Major League Baseball history to hit a home run on 3 separate opening days.
How about that?
Walker did it 4 times.
Joey can still catch him.
A 1-1 to Cavan. Fastball's upstairs.
I wonder what kind of debate that's going to be once Votto hangs him up. Who the greatest Canadian position player ever was, whether it was Walker or Votto. Votto is the better all-around hitter.
Curveball down and in on Biggio.
But Larry Walker is as five-tool gets, and there's nothing that he couldn't do exceptionally well on the field.
Blue Jays on the field tonight with runners on at first and second, leading 3-1 in the fifth. Nobody out. Biggio in front of Morton. 3 balls and a strike. The pitch. Cavan rockets one in the air down the right field line. Hooking off into the corner. Goodbye! It is gone for Cavan Biggio. A 3-run laser down the right field line, powering Toronto in front 6-1. The first home run of the season for the Toronto Blue Jays belongs to Cavan Biggio. He belted 16 last year in his first go-around, and he did not miss his first of the year. Charlie Morton gave him a 3-1 center-cut fastball, and he did not miss it. An absolute frozen rope above the wall in right field bleachers.
Gone from contact. The 80th pitch of the night from Charlie Morton. He picked the right spot right down that right field line, only 355 feet away, but Cavan Biggio goes back into the Blue Jays dugout and in the celebration gets a squeeze of hand sanitizer from Teoscar Hernandez as the Tampa Bay Rays make a pitching change. And this will allow us to continue on that out-of-town scoreboard, brought to you by St. Louis Bar and Grill. And we'll just fill you in. We mentioned that there was good stuff on the mound as well as at the plate from Canadians, and it's Mike Soroka of Calgary. Soroka pitched for Atlanta opening day, and the Mets won 1-0, but it wasn't Mike's fault. Soroka went 6 innings, a 4-hit shutout without a walk. He struck out 3. He is the first Canadian pitcher in Major League history to allow no runs in an opening day start. Now, Fergie Jenkins did allow no earned runs in a complete game loss in 1976 for the Red Sox against Baltimore, but he did give up a run. Soroka only pitched 6 innings as opposed to Fergie's 9, so we're not going to say this is the greatest opening day pitching performance for a Canadian ever, but it was something else. Mike Soroka, a great job for Atlanta, though the Mets did wind up winning 1-0 on a Yoenis Cespedes home run in the 7th inning. Cespedes, who a lot of people thought his career was over last year, is back and DHing, as we have a DH in the National League for the first time ever. Quick couple other scores, games in progress. Cubs lead the Brewers 2-0. That one is in the top of the 4th inning. It's a 2-run homer by Ian Happ. And Marlins lead the Phillies 1-0. That one is in the bottom of the 4th on a Jonathan Villar sac fly. There's your St. Louis Bar and Grill out-of-town scoreboard. For all the scores and stats, you can go to sportsnet.ca. And Ben, we got a big league debut here.
Blue Jays leading 6-1 over the Tampa Bay Rays, and Ryan Thompson got the surprise phone call from Kevin Cash yesterday when the Tampa Bay Rays announced their 30-man roster, and Ryan Thompson on opening day makes his major league debut. His heart has to be pounding through his jersey as the sidewinding right-hander settles up, goes against Vladimir Guerrero Jr. with nobody out. Vladdy swings at the first pitch and rolls it out to the shortstop, Willie Adames, makes the play over to first, and there's one down. 6 feet 6 inches, slender on the hill, working as a side-arming right-hander. Just 24 hours ago, receiving the best phone call of his life. The big moment on Thursday was arranged by the Tampa Bay Rays manager before the Blue Jays and Rays locked up tonight. Kevin Cash arranged all the coaches to surround Ryan Thompson when he called Port Charlotte. That's where the taxi squad is working out for the Tampa Bay Rays, and Ryan Thompson was there. He wasn't even in St. Petersburg with a lot of the projected guys on the opening day roster. The pitch to Travis Shaw, fastball from the sidewinder, missing outside for ball one. When Kevin Cash called his phone, he realized all the coaches were standing around him, and it was a moment shared by each and every one of them because they all got Thompson to this spot. There's a slider that bends across for a called strike and evens the count at 1-1 strike. Charlie Morton knocked out of this ball game after the 3-run home run by Kevin Biggio. Biggio set up the 3-run fourth for the Blue Jays. And now the major league debut for Thompson. Originally from Oregon, shared the news with his mom and dad after he calmed himself down and received all the congratulations from the coaches and players that were around the clubhouse in Port Charlotte. The 1-1 runs inside, and it's 2-1 strike. When his dad found out the news, Major League Baseball players in these moments are going to have to adjust because usually the families rush to that city. The pitch tapped away a breaking ball at the plate, and it's 2-2. But his father, Edwin, wanted to be part of this moment. And even though Ryan Thompson's father couldn't share an embrace with his son upon receiving word that he'd make his major league debut, his dad wanted to be at least in the vicinity. So even at 6 feet worth of distance, they could share in the moment with congratulatory smiles, looks in the eye, and fist pumps for each other and share the jubilation. The pitch to Shaw, swing and a foul back. And the count holds 2-2 strikes. His dad, Edwin, had a brief career pitching and playing collegiately, but that kind of went by the wayside due to some injuries. So he said, I have taken this upon myself since I was a youngster to live out my dad's dream and make it to the major leagues. And he wanted to be in St. Petersburg in some way just to be close to that moment. Well, here it is, Dad. A swing and a pop-up down the left side. Foul territory for the third baseman. Nope, it's going to hang up for Tsutsugo in front of the third base bag on the fair side. But Shaw's retired on the pop-up, and there are 2 down. 6-1 Blue Jays leading in the 5th.
It is a weird thing that is, it's only a 2020 thing where a parent will just want to be in the same city. For them, they can't go to the game, can't go inside, can't watch.
Thompson deals to Randall Grichuk. Fastball in the inside corner, called strike.
Can't be downstairs in the bowels of the stadium after to meet your kid. But you want to be able to see them before and after. You want to be around.
Pitch to Grichuk, darts over the inside corner, but called a ball by Joe West, the home plate umpire. Pitch was very good. And this took a lot of discipline for Ryan Thompson, too. This is a situation where Major League Baseball players, when they leave the facility, they can interact with people. The 1-1 pitch way outside, and it's 2-1 strike. The Tampa Bay Rays came up with their own set of guidelines, and they basically said, we're it. If you've got friends and family that live in that house, you can interact with them, but nobody else coming and going. Pitch to Grichuk's a curveball that's popped up under the roof at the Trop. The first baseman, Andy Diaz, backpedals, makes the catch while wearing a mask on the field of play to retire Grichuk and the Blue Jays. They knock out Charlie Morton, but Ryan Thompson gets him 1-2-3 right after the 3-run home run by Kevin Biggio, building a 6-1 lead after 4.5 at the Trop. This is Blue Jays baseball powered by Jack Links on the Sportsnet Radio Network.
Lately, we've learned that we all win when we help each other out, which is why we're holding the Honda Checkered Flag event. Leasing a well-equipped 2020 Honda Civic LX from just $59 weekly at 1.99% and 0 down, including the $1,000 Honda bonus, is a great deal for you. Having the Civic assembly line in Ontario is great for the community, and if you tell them you really like that guy on the radio, that'd be great too. Win-win-win, right? Includes freight and fees for 60 months, taxes extra OAC, see HondaOntario.com.
Make the most of what comes next with a bank account that gives you more. With the Scotiabank Ultimate Package, you can get a boost to your savings, unlimited Interac e-transfer transactions, and a $300 welcome bonus. So make the most of what comes next with the Scotiabank Ultimate Package. For a limited time, conditions apply. Visit scotiabank.com/ultimate300. Scotiabank.
Summer. For many, their favorite season. Jeep. For many, their favorite SUV. Now you can enjoy these two popular pastimes together at the Jeep Summer Clearance event. With employee pricing plus on select Jeep models along with 0% financing for 84 months. And up to $2,000 loyalty bonus cash for current finance and lease customers. The Jeep Summer Clearance event. Your two favorite things. Together again. See your Jeep dealer for details.
This is Toronto Blue Jays baseball.
Lourdes Gurriel Jr. ties the game. The Blue Jays have gone back-to-back.
On Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Kevin Biggio with a 3-run home run tonight, becoming the first Blue Jay to homer on opening day since Kevin Pillar did it against the Yankees back in late March of 2018. Toronto now leads 6-1 going into the bottom of the 5th inning. Hyun-Jin Ryu looking to qualify for the victory if he can get through 5. First toss was a swing and a miss. The second, a curveball cut on and missed by Mike Zunino, and he's in the hole 0-2. Next to Mike Wilner, I'm Ben Wagner. It's the first game of the 2020 regular season. It'll be short, only 60 games in length. But every win matters. The pitch, fastball rides very high. Jansen had the target up, but not that high. Too far out of the zone for Zunino, who fouled out back in the 3rd inning. Now standing in, starting this 5th for the second at bat. The lefty wheels and deals, and the pitch is bounced on the ground wide of third. A step to his left. Shaw's got it. Exchanges hands onto first in time. Zunino is retired.
That's like the 4th bat that Hyun-Jin Ryu has broken in this game, and it's not your typical broken bat. You just see a little splinter come off just above the handle, because that's how in the kitchen Ryu is getting with this tremendous movement on his pitches.
That had been the calling card over his final few seasons in Los Angeles and why he became one of the top free agents moving into the offseason out of 2019. Blue Jays got him to the tune of $80 million. Lefty goes back to work. Top of the order, and Yandy Diaz takes outside with a fastball missing. Diaz struck out leading off the ball game for Tampa Bay, then took a walk back in the 3rd. Ryu throws. This is with a changeup tailing away.
You noted, Ben, that to make the play on the Randall Grichuk pop-up that ended the top of the 5th, Yandy Diaz was wearing a mask. He is at the plate, and the mask is pulled down below his mouth.
The pitch by Ryu, wrapped on the ground to the shortstop, picked up by Bichette, who's had a busy night, thrown on to first in time, and Diaz is retired, and there are quickly 2 away. Jays Care has launched a virtual 50-50 mega draw for the first week of the season. And tonight, one Blue Jay fan in Ontario will win the draw's first early bird prize, a 2020 Honda Civic. Get your tickets online right now for your chance to win a new car and the grand prize of a rolling jackpot, which is currently standing out at an eye-popping $172,000. Curveball by Hyun-Jin Ryu to Hunter Renfroe, missing low. That's ball 1. Don't miss out. Go to BlueJays.com/5050 for tickets. That's BlueJays.com/5050 for tickets. Fastball, swing and a miss by Renfroe. 1 ball and 1 strike.
That pitch right there really speaks to how Hyun-Jin Ryu has these guys off balance. That was a 90-mile-an-hour fastball, thigh high, right down the middle. And Hunter Renfroe missed it.
2 out, nobody on for Tampa Bay, trailing 6-1. Now Renfroe asking for time.
He could use it. He has no idea what's coming next.
And the pitch, a curveball down low. That's something that I was talking about earlier in the broadcast, and this is why Ryu has become a man of mystery recently, because he can't necessarily get the book too thick because he changes how he throws every batter in every count every time he comes to the plate. Rocking back into the wide, the pitch. Tapped away, foul. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Renfroe is 0 for 2 tonight. He popped up in foul territory to Travis Shaw. He struck out, capping off the third. Not a lot of traffic around Hyun-Jin Ryu tonight. Left a runner at third, back in the third. Gave up his only run to the Rays in the fourth, and left runners on at first and second. Now the 2-2 pitch. Missed outside with another changeup, and moves the count to 3 balls and 2 strikes. Six to 1, Blue Jays in front. Ryu ready, and he deals. Fastball way outside for ball 4. Third walk of the night issued by Hyun-Jin Ryu. And as he sets up for his 90th pitch of the night, Pete Walker grabs the bullpen phone and he makes the call down. And first out of the gate, Jordan Romano is going to start to loosen up. Which, in a ball game that was maybe a little bit tighter, do you sit on Jordan Romano? The pitch. Here's a swing and a foul back. Satsugo in the hole 0-1 after the first toss. Because it sounded, talking with Charlie Montoyo and other members of the coaching staff, that the Blue Jays, building it backward, wanted Ken Giles in the 9th inning, perhaps Jordan Romano into the 8th. A combination, perhaps, of Rafael Dolis could factor in, Anthony Bass somewhere in the 7th or 8th inning. But Romano is the first one to stand, working here in the 5th. Ryu's trying to qualify for the victory if he can get the final out. The pitch. Down and away, missing on Tetsugo. Moves the count to 1 ball and 1 strike.
And you wonder if, for opening day, the plan was get Ryu through 5 and then go Romano, Bass, Dolis, Giles, no matter what the score is.
Just to get him some sharpening work.
Right. Unless you're getting blown out, maybe, but otherwise, just to get your feet wet.
The pitch. Change up. Just missed the outside corner. A check swing by Tetsugo. They'll check in on the third base umpire, and he didn't go around. Charlie Montoyo looking down at his data card, trying to work the lineup and the projections of Jose Martinez standing out on deck. Tetsugo looks off speed, down and away.
Yeah, Martinez is a very scary guy against lefties. The son of the former Chicago White Sox, Carlos Martinez. We mentioned earlier in the game, just destroys left-handed pitching. I don't know if Ryu will get to see him.
Tetsugo swings at a fastball. Had the zone, but he took a vicious hack at it, and he takes his count to 3 balls and 2 strikes.
For his career, Jose Martinez has a .331 batting average and a .976 OPS against lefties.
Went 1 for 3 against Ryu last year. And the pitch. Fastball popped up in the air. Grichuk in center field, drifting back. This ball's carrying, and it will go. 2-run home run for Yoshi Tetsugo. His first major league home run off of Hyun-Jin Ryu here in the 5th inning. Blue Jays still in front 6-3. As Tetsugo reaches the top step of the dugout, he pauses for a moment, meets Willy Adames, and they both bow to each other. The Japanese native knew it was gone when it left the bat with an opposite field home run. His first in the big leagues.
That is some serious power, left on left to the opposite field. That's why a lot of teams wanted this guy.
Now here is Jose Martinez, who we were talking about a moment ago. He'll look at a changeup low for ball 1.
This is Charlie Montoyo trying to get Hyun-Jin Ryu to qualify for a win in his Blue Jays debut. This will be his 97th pitch.
That's exactly what we were talking about in the break. Blue Jays in front 6-3, and here's a swing and a line drive deep down the left field line. Fair ball bounding its way into the corner. Long run for Derek Fisher to dig it out. Easy jog to second base for Jose Martinez as he checks in with a ringing 2-out double. Back-to-back extra base hits off of Hyun-Jin Ryu here in the 5th inning. And as much as Charlie Montoyo wants to get his lefty into a qualifying situation for his first victory in his first outing as a Toronto Blue Jay, he may not be able to do it. He's been hit hard by the last two batters, and here comes Charlie Montoyo to make the pitching change here in the 5th inning. So the Blue Jays in front here in the 5th, leading 6-3 over the Tampa Bay Rays. And we were talking about earlier, Mike Soroka had an outstanding first outing in the big leagues today against the New York Mets, and he had an opportunity to do something special.
Swing and a miss at a good fastball down and in. There's that Soroka movement. Looks a lot better. That's his first strikeout. Even in a 60-game season, Mike Soroka's going to break a lot of bats. 2-2. Steve, right 3 call. Painted the inside corner with a fastball at 93. So back-to-back strikeouts for Soroka.
Soroka gets the sign. He comes set and delivers. Slider swung on and missed. It was ball 4, but he got Alonso to chase, and Mike Soroka picks up his second, make it his 3rd strikeout of the day, and boy, was that a beauty.
Sure was a beauty. Worth of work against the New York Mets tonight for the Atlanta Braves. And we heard the call coming from Atlanta's radio broadcast. Don Sutton, Jim Powell in Atlanta giving us the play-by-play today. And what a day, what a season debut for Mike Soroka. When you were so concerned about how pitchers would respond, we've seen a lot of crisp work for the guys on the hill.
We really have. We have, and we saw it from Hyun-Jin Ryu for his first 4 innings here until he ran out of gas. But Soroka, 6 shutout innings, 4 strikeouts. In his first ever opening day outing, he becomes the first Canadian ever to not give up a run in an opening day start in the Major League Baseball era since 1901. We saw Garrett Cole through a complete game, quote-unquote, one-hitter last night, a game that was rained out in the 6th inning. But for all the thinking that a lot of the hitters are ahead of a lot of the pitchers, we've seen a few deals so far early in this Major League season.
Garrett Cole doesn't need to buy a lottery ticket. I mean, he's plenty rich enough. But here's a guy that told his wife he was going to go out, throw a CG one-hitter, and he did it. And he had a sign hanging in his childhood bedroom all these years that he was going to be a New York Yankee. Both have come true for Garrett Cole. He's doing fine in the bank, though. Blue Jays are doing fine tonight at the Trop, leading 6-3. Hyun-Jin Ryu knocked out of the ball game after the 2-out double by Jose Martinez, which promptly followed Yoshi Tsutsugo's 2-run home run. Now Jordan Romano takes over after rave reviews all spring and through the summer. The big right-hander's first fastball ruled low for ball 1 on Manuel Margot.
That was on the plate. Very good fastball, 96, but Danny Jansen carried it out of the zone.
Deep knee bend by Romano. He straightens up, peeks at second, kicks and deals, and throws the heater low and behind 2 balls and no strikes. Romano talking to himself a little bit. Spent sports on pause, really diving into the data and working with a Rapsodo machine. Throws the 2-0, misses with a slider outside, now behind 3 balls and no strikes. Looked for a little bit more depth on the slide piece. He's clearly reharnessed the fastball, and that's something that translated from even early in spring. The pitch. A fastball popped the glove for strike 1. The 3-1 pitch. Fastball yanked outside. Margot takes a 5-pitch walk from Romano in his season debut.
It's a different looking at bat if Jordan Romano gets that first pitch strike call. But again, it was a hard fastball that Danny Jansen just could not hold at the corner of the zone. And if you carry a pitch out of the strike zone as a catcher, Joe West is not going to call it a strike.
Quick conversation between Danny Jansen and Jordan Romano, and the Rays take the opportunity with the pause to go back to the bench. And instead of Mike Brasso coming up, this is what we'll have to find out in the new way we bring you Blue Jays baseball on the radio, of who is going to come up to the plate. We only find out when we see them, and that's Brandon Lau. Left-handed batting pinch hitter. Had a really nice arrival to the Rays last year. The pitch by Romano is a slider on the outside corner, called strike one. Blue Jays in front 6-3. Rays batting in the home fifth.
This is a huge spot here in the fifth inning, a game that looked well in hand in the top of the frame when it was 6-1 Blue Jays.
Allows the tying run at the plate with 2 down. The pitch. Top the slider away, foul at the plate. Romano's benefit, no balls and 2 strikes.
And Romano hasn't shown him the 98 yet. Peter Fairbanks starts to throw in the Rays bullpen. Remember, the new rule is that any reliever who comes into the game must face at least 3 batters unless he finishes an inning before that. So if Romano gets his third out, he doesn't have to come out in the 6th inning unless Charlie Montoyo wants him to.
Next challenger would be Willie Adames. The Blue Jays bullpen is silent behind Romano. The pitch is a fastball right down the middle. Strike 3 called. Romano comes in, struggles with his first challenger, and then locks up Lau and gets him looking to retire the side. Tsutsugo hits a 2-run home run for the Rays here in the fifth inning, his first in the big leagues, but the Blue Jays carry a 6-3 lead as we go into the 6th. You're listening to Blue Jays Baseball, powered by Jack Links on the Sportsnet Radio Network.
And here comes the big bopper, Jack Links. Not the fastest runner, but boy, can he crush it. Try Jack Links jumbo bags of beef jerky. Jack Links. Feed your wild side.
DeWalt's line of 20-volt max tools puts you in charge. With a growing lineup of over 200-plus cordless products, 20-volt max is a system you can build on. Keep moving with innovative 20-volt max cordless solutions for improved productivity and less downtime on the job. 20-volt max tools are engineered to meet the specific needs of the most demanding trades. So take charge of your job site and find out more at dewalt.ca.
And for those of you at home, kicking back, relaxing with a big bowl of kale chips, what game are you listening to? Jack Link's Beef Jerky. Feed your wild side.
As more businesses and services reopen, we must all continue our efforts to protect each other. Continue to practice physical distancing and stay 2 meters apart. Wear a face covering when physical distancing is a challenge or where required, and continue to wash hands frequently. Get tested if you're worried you may have COVID-19 or have been exposed to the virus. Inside or out, stay safe. Save lives. Visit ontario.ca/coronavirus to learn more. Paid for by the Government of Ontario.
It's the official sound of the cottage. This is Toronto Blue Jays baseball on the Sportsnet Radio Network.
Top of the 6th inning, and the Blue Jays bring up Rowdy Tellez in front 6-3. Ryan Thompson's first pitch is chopped away foul at the plate for strike 1. Brandon Lau has stayed in the ball game when he came in to pinch hit for Yoshi Tsutsugo. Or pardon me, Mike Brasso is where Brandon Lau came in to pinch hit, and he stayed in the ball game to play at second base. Pitch by Thompson. Misses with a breaking ball down and away on the left-handed batting slugging Rowdy Tellez.
I'm a little surprised that we see the sidearm righty stay in for Rowdy.
The pitch to Rowdy is drilled out of play down the left side. Behind 1 ball and 2 strikes.
You would think a left-hander gets a really, really good look at a side-arming righty. Thompson did the job in the top of the 5th. Again, the Blue Jays have lined up righty-lefty all the way down, so he never gets 2 righties in a row till the end.
Thompson deals, and a curveball is popped up. Rings at the trop to the third baseman. Tsutsugo makes the catch, and there's 1 down. Baseball is back. The MLB app is the place to get all of your baseball action. In-game video highlights, live pitch by pitch, breaking news, player updates, stat leaderboards, standings, and much, much more. Download the MLB app today, the #1 app for live baseball. Top of the 6th, Blue Jays at the plate, doubling up the Rays 6-3. Oscar Hernandez steps in. He'll take a fastball strike right across the top of the kneecaps. Hernandez fly to center field when he started the 3rd. Had a sacrifice fly in the 4th. And the Blue Jays tallied 3, manufacturing each and every one of them. Drove home 3 with 1 swing from Cavan Biggio back in the 5th. First Blue Jay home run of the season belongs to their standout second baseman, Cavan Biggio. Pitch misses low to Hernandez. 1 ball and 1 strike. The pitch by Thompson, swinging a line drive near the line and left, and that's called a fair ball, pounding its way all the way to the corner. Margot runs over to dig it out, and Hernandez can easily trot to second base, standing with his first hit of the season. Oscar had 19 doubles last year. He's got his first hit of the year. It goes for extra bases, and the Blue Jays are threatening here against Thompson in the 6th.
Good swing off a good frisbee slider by Thompson. So Teoscar, who we know runs hot and cold, off to a terrific start with an RBI in his last at bat and a double right here.
Well, this lineup is something that the Blue Jays need better balance in. And if Teoscar Hernandez can be near the bottom 3rd doing it, what a great driver for the Blue Jays. Here's the left-handed batting, Derek Fisher. Peek back at second. Thompson deals. Throws a fastball down the middle. Taken for strike 1. Fisher got the first hit of the season for Toronto tonight. His 3rd inning single. Blue Jays got a couple of more hits in the 4th. Strung together 3 consecutive base hits, plus, of course, the 3-run home run by Biggio back in the 5th. Charlie Morton went 4+ tonight in his first opening day assignment in his 13-year major league career. Didn't go as well as he had ever hoped that it was, especially after his dominance last year where the Rays won 22 of his 33 starts. Pitch to Fisher. Fastball's inside, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Warren went through 4 innings, 4+ innings, allowed 6 runs, all earned on 7 hits, striking out 4 and walking 1. Runner at second, 1 out. The pitch to Fisher. Curveball stayed outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Blue Jays manager Charlie Montoyo tried to get Hyun-Jin Ryu qualified for a victory. Gave up a 2-run home run. The pitch to Fisher, fouled back. Evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ryu issued 3 walks, struck out 4. Gave up 4 hits and 3 runs. Outfield lined up straight away. The infield back, and the shortstop, Willie Adames, banked off near the middle of the diamond. Oscar Hernandez can get a good lead at second. Thompson ready in the pitch. Curveball runs inside. Now 3 balls and 2 strikes. So far, it looks like Kevin Cash wants to ride Ryan Thompson through this 6th inning. He doesn't have anybody loosening in the bullpen at all for Tampa Bay.
It looks like he's difficult to pick up. Derek Fisher's body language has been really odd through this whole at bat.
The pitch way outside. He missed with a breaking ball. I don't know if that was the curve. It just stuck in the hand and then spun out flat. But the velocity indicated it was supposed to be a curveball. And he loses Fisher on the 3-2 toss. That'll put runners on at first and second with 1 out for Danny Jansen.
Looked like that's where Fisher thought pretty much every pitch was going to be. And then most of them wound up coming in over the inside corner or inside. But he had a good eye on that one, and now the Blue Jays are in business.
Jansen steps in for the third time tonight. Thompson out of the stretch. Slide step to the plate and a fastball's tapped away. That's strike one. Danny popped to the shortstop his first time up. Started the 3-run fifth with a single. Jansen looking for early returns in the regular season after having a tremendous start, not only in contact, but in sheer power when we saw him bat in Dunedin. He continued to echo that confidence when we saw him during summer camp and chatted with him. The pitch. Fastball called high. Looked like it had the top part of the zone, but Joe West wouldn't give the rookie his benefit of the doubt.
Felt like Danny homered every other at bat in Florida down there in spring training. He was on everything.
The pitch by Thompson. Curveball bounced on the ground towards Adames at shortstop. Snaps the throw to second. They'll get one out on the play. Good hard slide by Derek Fisher. Brandon Lau extending like he's a first baseman, though, away from the bag with that bounding ball towards the hole, eating up too much time for the Rays to even attempt at getting an inning double play. So the at-bat continues with runners on the corners. Hernandez stands at third, and Danny Jansen aboard at first. At the top of the order, and Bo Bichette coming around.
See a replay there, and Brandon Lau was looking for a ball at his left chest, and he got one that was well away from him on the right side, so he had to be a first baseman there. Better feed by Willie Adames gives the Rays a good chance to turn two.
Righty on righty with Bo. The pitch to him. Curveball down and away for ball one.
Now Jalen Beek starts to warm up again in that Tampa Bay Rays bullpen.
He's the lefty getting ready for Kevin Biggio. He's been up once already, so shouldn't take him too long to get loose. Blue Jays in front 6-3. The pitch. A fastball way outside. Now 2 balls and no strikes, and Bo Bichette, you know, is going to hone in. His father in the dugout. Dante, the 4-time All-Star. Watching his son bat here in the 6th. The pitch. Curveball fouled back. Bo was caught leaning out in front thinking fastball, and he got the breaking ball. And was just able to flick it out of play. Now 2 balls and a strike on Bo Bichette. 46 ball games last year. Came up at the trade deadline when the Blue Jays shipped off Freddie Galvis to Cincinnati. That cleared the path for Bo to be in the big leagues. The pitch. Curveball, bounding ball, weakly struck towards the third baseline. Speared by Thompson on the bare hand. Throws to first in time to get Bichette for the final out. Blue Jays will leave runners on the corners. They do not score here in the 6th inning, but carry after 5.5 a 6-3 lead over Tampa Bay. This is Blue Jays baseball powered by Jack Links on the Sportsnet Radio Network.
Hello, neighbor.
Hello.
Is this new fence to socially distance yourselves?
No, not at all. It's just for our dog.
Mm-hmm. And a new Subaru, I see.
Yes, again, just for the dog.
Uh-huh.
But we did add Subaru Eyesight Driver Assist, just to keep our distance at all times.
Visit your local Subaru dealer online for our incredible lineup of top safety picks. With rates from 0.5%, make an appointment to safely shop for an all-new Subaru today.
Home sweet home. People are putting time and energy and money into their homes right now. There's no better place to put it. And as a result of all that effort, yes, a lot of junk needs to disappear. Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK. We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point. You won't just be saying home sweet home anymore. You'll be saying extremely very sweet, big, open, spacious, sparkling, junk-free home. Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
Standard intelligent blind spot warning? Need it. Available Apple CarPlay? Want it. With the radically redesigned Nissan Sentra, you don't have to compromise. You can have it all. And now, during the Rediscover the Road sales event, lease a 2020 Nissan Sentra from $279 a month. Need it? Want it? Get it today. Visit choosenissan.ca or your Nissan dealer. 0 down, 1.5% for 39 months. Conditions apply.
You can totally definitely multitask while you listen to the game. At least that's what you'll tell your boss. Toronto Blue Jays baseball is on Sportsnet 590 The Fan.
Bottom 6 at the Trop tonight, where the Blue Jays open up the 2020 campaign, riding a 6-3 lead over the Tampa Bay Rays. Now we've got a pause in the action for a moment. We see Charlie Montoyo out of the third base dugout in conversation with two of the umpires. The third base umpire has come down. Joe West has left his box behind home plate, chatting with Charlie Montoyo. On Sportsnet television, we see Vladimir Guerrero Jr. kind of strolling around, but honestly, without seeing anything develop in between innings, we have no idea, at least from my chair.
Yeah,
what that's about.
Don't know what that's about. Might have had something to do with Vladdy. I don't know what it could possibly have had. Guerrero wasn't even on deck when the last inning ended.
Rays bat against Jordan Romano, who stays in the ball game. And a look at a slider. In for strike one on Willy Adames. Adames batting for the third time. He doubled but was stranded at third in the third. Walked and was left on in the fourth. The pitch. Breaking ball rolled right out to Bo Bichette. Overhand throw to first in time. And Adames is thrown out.
Anthony Bass is throwing in the Blue Jays bullpen in case Jordan Romano runs into some trouble here with a 3-run lead.
Romano will face his fourth batter since entering the contest. He quickly lost Manuel Margot to a walk and then struck out Brandon Lowe, looking at a fastball back in the fifth. Lowe was the tying run, or pardon me, Lau was the tying run in that at bat in the fifth inning. Romano deals, and Kevin Kiermaier takes a fastball high for ball one. Kiermaier bounced to the shortstop his first time up, and then struck out swinging in the fourth against Hyun-Jin Ryu. Romano deals a slider, picked the bottom part of the corner on the outside half of the plate, and it got called a strike. And it's 1-1 strike. The pitch. Fastball fouled back. And it's 1-2. Out of town scoreboard being brought to you by St. Louis Bar and Grill. St. Louis Bar and Grill is now open for patio service at all of its Canadian locations. Plus, you can always visit them at stlouiswings.com for takeout and delivery options. Canada's favorite wings and favorite team. A perfect pair only at St. Louis Bar and Grill. Devilishly good. Kiermaier shoots a fastball away foul, rolling up the left field line. Nevin Ashley with a sliding stop, being the protect man down in the Blue Jays bullpen. Both bullpens are busy. Anthony Bass continues to tune up. Jalen Beeks, next man in for the Rays. The pitch, slider, swing and a miss. And Kiermaier goes down on strikes. Second strikeout victim for Jordan Romano.
On that St. Louis Bar and Grill out of town scoreboard, this big story is coming out of Cleveland right now, where it's 2-0 over the Royals in the bottom of the fifth. Oscar Mercado with an RBI single and Cesar Hernandez with a ribby double. But the story is Shane Bieber, the opening day starter, who has thrown 5 innings of 4-hit shutout with 12 strikeouts. And that is a Cleveland opening day record.
Romano goes back to work. A fastball that had plenty of the plate. Must have been outside
for Joe West. 12 strikeouts ties the Cleveland record for opening day.
Romano deals the slider, chopped away foul, wide of third.
And I'll wager that if you give 100 people a guess as to who had the Cleveland record with 12 strikeouts on opening day, 90 would probably say Bob Feller. It's Gary Bell. He did it in 1960 against the Tigers in 10 1/3 innings. Bieber's done it in 5.
Blue Jays lead tonight 6-3. The pitch to Zunino is a fastball high.
Elsewhere in American League East action, the Boston Red Sox lead Baltimore 4-0. That game is in the bottom of the fourth. Jose Peraza, J.D. Martinez, Kevin Pillar, each with ribby doubles.
The 2-1 fastball sent high, and an awkward follow through by Romano. Almost down to the splits on that follow through.
The O's opening day starter Tommy Malone knocked out in the 4-run fourth inning. Cody Carroll's come on to try to clean up the mess.
3-1. Swing and a miss at a slider.
In interleague play, it's Cincinnati 7 and Detroit 1. Joey Votto with his third opening day home run in his career. He and Larry Walker, the only Canadians to manage that. Walker did it 4 times. Mike Moustakas has a 2-run homer and an RBI single for the Reds. They're in the bottom of the 8th.
Romano's 3-2 to Zunino is a slider down and away. Romano loses his 2-out batter. And he flips the card over for Yandy Diaz. Charlie Montoyo folds his card because he's going to make the pitching change. He knows exactly who he wants. It'll be Anthony Bass coming into the ball game for Toronto. Last of the 6th inning, Blue Jays are in front 6-3 over the Tampa Bay Rays, and we've already had a big night from Kevin Biggio, and he talked about the season ahead earlier today.
Overall, I'm ready to be the best second baseman that I can be, and being able to go out to right, left, center, whichever one of those three. If that just gives Charlie the best lineup that night. We got a guy like Joe Panik, who he's one of the best defensive second basemen in the league, Gold Glover, World Series champion. I mean, he adds another option to our lineup, and to maybe slip him in there and give a guy a day or whatnot. I can go out to play right field and provide not only average but above average defense. So at those positions. So I just want to give Charlie the best possible lineup for each night, and me being able to be open to those other positions just gives him so much more to work with.
He has plenty to work with and plenty of excitement to work with, too. If you're Charlie Montoyo, hearing that from Kevin Biggio, Biggio knows he's going to be the everyday second baseman. He knows there's perhaps, as he discussed on Baseball Central today with Jeff Blair and Kevin Barker, the fact that he expects to move around. And, Mike, you saw him in summer camp just go out to get some fly ball reps in center field just because he knows it could happen.
Yeah, remember at the end of spring training, he played center field for a game, maybe 2. It's hard to remember at this point. And at that point, we started talking about, hey, what happens if Kevin Biggio winds up being the center fielder so that they can get Joe Panik in to play second base on a regular basis. Now, that didn't wind up happening. That's not how spring training was suspended shortly thereafter. But one of the things that the Blue Jays are trying to develop is to have as many guys who can play as many spots as possible all over the field. And Kevin Biggio is front and center. And the beautiful thing about it is that when he's not busy being versatile and playing all over the field, he's one of the best defensive second basemen in the game.
And he turned himself into being one of the best defensive second basemen in the game, too. Anthony Bass is on to pitch for Toronto. Home 6th inning at the Trop. Toronto in front, 6-3. Right-hander's first pitch of the season is a fastball that picks the outside corner beautifully on Yandy Diaz for strike 1. Anthony Bass is one of the more active Blue Jays on social media. If you've tracked his travels over the last couple of weeks, you've seen everything from the bowels of the Rogers Center to the girders in the roof. Another Bass fastball on the outside corner in the eyes of the home plate umpire, the benefit of the right-hander, and it puts Diaz in the hole 0-2. That's right. Anthony Bass was one of the guys that were up into the roof of Rogers Center. Pitch is a slider down and away. 1 ball and 2 strikes now on Diaz. If you're afraid of heights, don't go to the social media feed, because he's got a couple that'll look straight down. Right-hander kicks and deals, and a fastball swung on and muscled out of play, foul off to the right. Stays 1 ball and 2 strikes. He's taken pictures of watching some other sports as they were presented onto the video board at Rogers Center while the team was in their modified quarantine at the start of summer camp. He stood at home plate at Fenway Park the other day. Pitched by Bass, slider in the dirt, smothered by Danny Jansen, and no advance from Mike Zunino, the runner at first. So if you like to track the travels of Major League Baseball players, Anthony Bass might be one of your guys. I know Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is pretty active on Instagram. Same thing with Lourdes Gurriel Jr. Pitched by Bass. Fastball bounding its way down to third. Second hop handled in front of the chest by Shaw. Corner to corner in time to get the out and retire the side. 6 in the books from Tropicana Field, where the Blue Jays have a 6-3 lead over the Tampa Bay Rays. Mike Wilner has the play-by-play story on the other side of the break. This is Blue Jays Baseball, powered by Jack Links on the Sportsnet Radio Network.
I'm Colin Teske with this Sportsnet Central update. We'll get you back to the Blue Jays and Rays in just a second. But the news of the day is the Blue Jays finally have a home for 2020, settling on Salem Field in Buffalo. And they could play their first home game as early as July 31st against the Philadelphia Phillies. Meantime, happening now, it's the Raptors scrimmaging against the Houston Rockets. And right now the score is 66-61 for the Raptors in the third quarter. Now back to Blue Jays baseball on the Fan.
If we've learned one thing lately, it's the importance of looking out for each other. That's why for the Honda Checkered Flag event, we worked hard to lease you a nicely equipped 2020 Honda CR-V LX from just $78 weekly at 2.99% and zero down, including the $750 Honda bonus. Having the CR-V assembly line in Ontario helps out too, and it even keeps me, the voice on the radio, well, on the radio. So thanks for that too. Includes freight and fees for 60 months, taxes extra OAC, see HondaOntario.com.
I'm your mother!
Night or day, binge away. City TV Now.
You did it again. I'm gonna need more.
Times like this are made for Mom.
Never thought of making it about me. Have I taught you nothing?
Mom used to indulge you for hours on end. Maybe it's time to return the favor.
It's come to this. What a nightmare.
The best way to deal with Mom is on your own schedule.
And there it is.
Mom, watch anytime, on demand, on the app, or at citytv.com.
This is Toronto Blue Jays baseball.
Brandon Drury lets out a yell. He has tied this game with 2 out in the bottom of the ninth.
On Sportsnet 590 The Fan.
It's the 7th inning at Tropicana Field in St. Petersburg, Florida, where the Blue Jays and the Tampa Bay Rays are going at it on opening day. It's a 60-game season, and it starts tonight. And the Blue Jays have a 6-3 lead, thanks in large part to the man who's at the plate right now. Kevin Biggio belted a 3-run homer in his last trip. Now he's facing new Rays lefty Jalen Beeks, who delivers the first pitch up for ball 1. Beeks takes over for Ryan Thompson, who made his major league debut, and through of 1-hit shutout with a walk, so doesn't have a big league strikeout yet. 1-0 is a fastball right down the middle, and it's 1-1. Beeks has a herky-jerky motion. Comes to a stop and then delivers, and he just ticks the upper edge of the strike zone with a cut fastball. And it's 1-2. Beeks came over from the Red Sox in the deal that got Boston Nate Eovaldi. 1-2 to Biggio, a half swing on a fastball outside. Joe West says he went. And Biggio, as so many hitters in the past have said to Joe West, ask for help. What are you ringing me up? But Biggio goes down swinging, his second strikeout to go with his single and his homer, and 2 runs scored. And he probably went around, but the home plate umpire has lots of people to help him out make that call. Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. takes a big swing at the first pitch fastball, and he misses it. 0-1. Vladdy singled in the Blue Jays' 3-run fourth. Came around to score on a sacrifice fly by Rowdy Tellez. He's 1 for 3. Fly out and a ground out as well. The 0-1. Swing and a miss on a changeup away, And Beeks is quickly ahead of Guerrero, 0-2. 6 runs on 8 hits and no errors for the Blue Jays. 3 runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Rays. First of a 3-game weekend series. 0-2 is down. Tried to get him with another change, but missed. Now the 1-2 is inside, a 94-mile-an-hour fastball from Beeks. Jalen's 27 years old. Only made 2 appearances for the Red Sox before they traded him, and they weren't good. Gave up 9 runs on 11 hits in 6 1/3 innings. 2-2 is swung on and missed, and Guerrero strikes out. Back-to-back Ks by Beeks to start this 7th inning. And that was a fastball down, and Vlad just couldn't get to it.
That's about a perfect pitch. Outside black kneecap.
Beeks' first pitch is swung on and missed by Travis Shaw. That's a cut fastball. Moving away from Shaw. Travis is 0 for 2 with a walk, scored a run. Trying to come back from a miserable 2019, and he's not going to get any better if pitches like that are called strikes. The fastball well off the plate outside, but Joe West says, Travis, you're down 0-2. Shaw was 5 for 49 against lefties last year. Takes a pitch up, and it's ball 1. No action in the Blue Jays bullpen, so Anthony Bass will come back out for the bottom of the 7th. 1-2 pitch, swinging a foul. We had speculated earlier that Charlie Montoyo might want to finish this game behind Hyun-Jin Ryu by going Jordan Romano to Anthony Bass to Rafael Dolis to Ken Giles. That pitch misses high. That was given that Ryu pitched 5 innings, but Ryu got taken out after running out of gas in the 5th. The last 3 batters he faced, he walked, gave up a homer and a double. Somebody's going to have to get 4 outs. That fastball is up and in, and Shaw jackknifes away from it, and from 0-2, the count has gone to 3-2. 2 out and nobody on here in the top of the 7th. 6-3 Blue Jays on opening night. The pitch. Swung on, hit on a line in the left center. That's hit well. Back going Margot. It's over his head and bounces off the wall back behind him. Kiermaier is backing it up. He'll pick it up and he'll fire it in. But Travis Shaw has a double off the base of the wall in left center field here with 2 out in the 7th.
Spinner right over the plate, trying to tail it away, and it runs towards the far end of the barrel. So what does Travis Shaw do with it? Goes with it, and that's the perfect place to plug the gap. Opposite field, extra base hit, and his first is a Blue Jay.
Travis Shaw now has as many extra base hits against lefties this year as he had all of last year. Randall Grichuk stands in, and he takes the first pitch, change right down the middle for strike 1. Shaw last year against left-handed pitching, 5 for 49 with 1 extra base hit, and it was a double. Blue Jays are going to use him against lefties this year. And he's showing that he can do it. 0-1 swung on, hit foul, right side and out of play. And Grichuk, just like Shaw was, is behind 0-2. Six-3 Blue Jays, top of the 7th inning, trying to get a win at the Trop on opening night. There's a swing and a pop-up, foul territory, first base side. Going over and watching it fall into the stands is Yandy Diaz. Tropicana Field over the years has been a very difficult place for the Blue Jays. They've gone years without winning series there at some point. There's a swing and a fly ball, center field. Kiermaier coming in. He'll make the catch with a little hop. And the inning is over. Travis Shaw gets the 2-out double, but it's stranded. And there's a 7th inning stretch with nobody in the stands at Tropicana Field, with the Blue Jays leading the Rays 6-3. You're listening to Blue Jays Baseball, powered by Jack Links on the Sportsnet Radio Network.
And I grew up a fan, and like you, loved every chance I could get to meet my heroes and get autographs. Today, if you're looking for authentic, innovative memorabilia and sports cards, your go-to is Upper Deck. Whether an autographed piece for your home or office, or a box of cards to break with the kids, as a fan, you can feel confident that you're getting the real deal when you buy from the trusted source like Upper Deck. Whatever you collect the best. UpperDeckStore.com.
Welcome to Wagner Field, and here's tonight's starting lineup. Leading off is Armstrong Brilliance, sure to bring colorful Cardinals to your backyard feeder. Up next, Armstrong Jays Blend, the feed that Jays just can't resist. Finally, it's Finches for Days with Armstrong Gold Standard.
You'll be amazed at the action in your backyard when you serve up Armstrong's lineup of premium blends.
We're in for a big game tonight. Fans are tweeting about it already.
Armstrong Bird Food, feeding Blue Jays and other feathered friends since 1986.
As more businesses and services reopen, we must all continue our efforts to protect each other. Continue to practice physical distancing and stay 2 meters apart. Wear a face covering when physical distancing is a challenge or where required, and continue to wash hands frequently. Get tested if you're worried you may have COVID-19 or have been exposed to the virus. Inside or out, stay safe. Save lives. Visit ontario.ca/coronavirus to learn more. Paid for by the Government of Ontario.
Hey Blue Jays fans, this is Travis Shaw. You're listening to Blue Jays Baseball on the Sportsnet Radio Network.
Travis Shaw just doubled in the top of the 7th inning to match his total for extra base hits against left-handers of all of last season. He was stranded there, and they're in the bottom of the 7th at the Trop now, with the Blue Jays leading 6-3, and Anthony Bass back out to face Hunter Renfroe, and throws a fastball that is called a strike off the outside corner by Joe West, who has fought the strike zone considerably tonight. Renfroe, then Tsutsugo and Martinez, the 2-3-4 in the order. There's a swing and a miss and a good slider by Anthony Bass. No action in the Blue Jays bullpen, so Charlie Montoyo is looking to get 4 outs here from Anthony, as Rafael Dolis grabs the ball and takes the mound, so maybe not. He wants to get 4 outs from somebody. The 0-2 is a fastball well off the plate outside, ball 1. Blue Jays infield right now is Vladimir Guerrero Jr. at first, Kevin Biggio at second, Bo Bichette at short, and Travis Shaw at third. Though Biggio is shifted to the other side of second base. 1-2 pitch is low. This is only the second time in Major League history that a team has started an infield with 4 sons of former Major Leaguers. That's going to happen a bunch of times to the Blue Jays this year. The 2-2 pitch swung on, grounded to third. Big hop for Shaw. Pick it up, throw across. And Renfroe is retired for the first out. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. and Kevin Biggio's fathers are Hall of Famers, of course. Vlad Sr. and Craig Biggio. Craig Biggio hit an opening day home run once, but only once. Kevin tied him today on Kevin's first ever big league opening day. Bo Bichette's dad, Dante, great former slugger, mostly with the Colorado Rockies, is in the Blue Jays dugout right now. Travis Shaw's dad is Jeff Shaw, former Cincinnati Reds closer, an ex-Expo as well. Here's Yoshitomo Tsutsugo, his first major league home run in his last trip, and he takes the first pitch down for ball 1. The only other time a major league team has started 4 sons of big leaguers in the infield happened on June 1st, 2012, just over 8 years ago. 1-0 is a fastball right there for a strike, 1-1. The Los Angeles Dodgers did it in Colorado against the Rockies in what wound up being a 13-3 loss. Slider called outside, or a splitter, pardon me, and it's 2-1. Scott Van Slyke started at first, the son of former Cardinal and Pirate Andy. Jerry Hairston Jr., a third-generation big leaguer, started at second. 2-1 pitch is hit in the air. Left field, twisting foul. It'll go out of play. The shortstop was D. Gordon, the son of Tom Gordon, Kansas City Royal and Boston Red Sox closer. And at third base, Ivan De Jesus Jr., whose father played in the big leagues with the Phillies. And add to all of that, the starting center fielder for the Dodgers that day was Tony Gwynn Jr. So they've still got the Blue Jays by one legacy. There's a pop foul, and Danny Jansen runs it down, making the catch just in front of the Blue Jays dugout. That was not in the air very long. And Danny had to sprint towards the dugout. He makes the catch for the second out. On the move was Danny the whole time. You like to see a catcher be able to turn towards the stands to get the right spin on the ball, but Danny was on a dead sprint that whole way. So 2 outs for Bass. As Dolis continues to warm, Anthony will take on Jose Martinez, the DH, who's 1 for 3 with a double. Blue Jays up 6-3 on the Rays with 2 out in the 7th. And the first pitch is popped way up. Shallow right. Biggio calls off Teoscar. He makes the catch, and the inning is over. Anthony Bass throws the first 1-2-3 inning for a Blue Jays pitcher since Hyunjin Ryu did it in the second. They're going to the 8th at the Trop. The Blue Jays lead the Rays 6-3. You're listening to Blue Jays Baseball, powered by Jack Links on the Sportsnet Radio Network.
Get back on the road this summer at Mazda of Toronto. Ontario's #1 Mazda volume dealer is open for business with new safety measures in place for your comfort and convenience. Check out the Mazda 3, winner of the World Car Design of the Year and AJAC Car of the Year. Plus the award-winning SUV series CX-3, CX-5, CX-9, and the all-new CX-30.
I'm George Epitopoulos from Mazda of Toronto. Come in and find out why we're #1. We're on Yonge, just south of Steeles. See MazdaToronto.com.
Have your long-term disability benefits been denied?
Hi, I'm Wendy Sokoloff, and you know me from Sokoloff Lawyers. Don't let the insurance company keep you on the injured reserve. If your insurance company has denied your long-term disability claim, contact us for a free consultation. Let Sokoloff Lawyers get your long-term disability benefits back and get you back into the game.
Don't put it off. Call Sokoloff, 416-966-HURT, or visit areyouhurt.ca.
Don't put it off. Call Sokoloff.
Home sweet home. People are putting time and energy and money into their homes right now.
There's no better place to put it.
And as a result of all that effort,
yes,
a lot of junk needs to disappear.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point.
You won't just be saying home sweet home anymore.
You'll be saying extremely very sweet,
big, open, spacious,
sparkling, junk-free home.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
Or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
No matter what's happening in the game, please don't throw things at the radio. We're just the messenger. This is Toronto Blue Jays baseball on Sportsnet 590 The Fan.
Eighth inning action from Tropicana Field. Rowdy Tellez fouls the first pitch straight back from Jalen Beeks. The third Rays pitcher of the night. Blue Jays have used 3 as well. Hyunjin Ryu for 4 2/3. Jordan Romano for 1, Anthony Bass for 1 1/3, and it's a 6-3 Blue Jays lead. They've out-hit the Rays 9-4. Swing and a miss by Rowdy. Good cutter away from Beeks, and it's 0-2. Jalen Beeks came on in the 6th, strikeout Kevin Biggio and Vladimir Guerrero Jr. before giving up a double to Travis Shaw. The lefty looks in. 0-2 to Rowdy. Down and away. And it's ball 1. Download the MLB Ballpark app for free to play Pick 3. Select 3 Blue Jays players from the starting lineup and earn points based on their performance during the game. The fan with the highest point total at the end of the game has a chance to win an autographed Blue Jays item. Rowdy fouls that pitch off his foot. Still 1-2. Download the MLB Ballpark app today. Visit BlueJays.com/ballpark app. And if you were picking Blue Jays today, the top of your list would have been Cavan Biggio. He is 2 for 4, singled, hit a 3-run homer. He scored a couple of runs. A big part of the 6-3 Blue Jays lead. 1-2 to Rowdy. Swung on and foul. Tipped into the glove of Mike Zunino. Tellez strikes out. Third strikeout for Beeks over the span of 5 hitters. Here's the announcement for Teoscar Hernandez. They're doing all the ballpark announcements, all the sound effects, piped in cheering, trying to make it as much of a big league atmosphere as possible in an empty stadium. First pitch to Teoscar, in there for a strike. 0-1. Hernandez has doubled. He's got a sacrifice fly. 1 for 2 to start his season. Blue Jays are hoping for big things from him. There's a swing and a miss on a good 93-mile-an-hour fastball. 0-2. Blue Jays scored 3 in the 4th and 3 in the 5th off of Charlie Morton. 0-2 to Teoscar, a swing and a miss. And another strikeout for Jalen Beeks. Make it 4 in the span of 6 hitters faced. In that 4th inning, Cavan Biggio led off with a bunt single. He took it with him up the first base line. And then Vladimir Guerrero Jr. singled to right on the next pitch. A walk to Travis Shaw loaded the bases with nobody out, and the Jays cashed all 3 runners. Randall Grichuk with an RBI single, then back-to-back sacrifice flies by Rowdy Tellez and Teoscar Hernandez. That made it 3-0. Here's Derek Fisher, who's 1 for 2 with a walk. And he takes the first pitch fastball called high for ball 1. Rays got one back in the bottom of the 4th off of Ryu on a 2-out RBI double by Mike Brasso. But then Cavan Biggio with that 3-run bomb in the 5th. Swing and a miss by Fisher. 1-1. In the bottom of the 5th inning, Hyunjin Ryu just plain ran out of gas. 2 out, nobody on. He walked Hunter Renfroe. Fisher takes another pitch called high, 2-1. Then Yoshitomo Tsutsugo went deep for his first major league home run, a 2-run shot the other way to get the Rays back within 3, and that's where we are here in the top of the 8th. 2 out, nobody on. 2-1 to Fisher, a swing and a miss, and it's 2-2. With Ben Wagner, I'm Mike Wilner. Tom Young is right here with us. And we're thrilled to be back bringing you Major League Baseball. We missed you. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strikes out Fisher. A terrific outing for Jalen Beeks, who gets 5 strikeouts over 2 innings of 1 hitter. And it's off to the bottom of the 8th at Tropicana Field. Blue Jays 6, Tampa Bay 3. You're listening to Blue Jays Baseball, powered by Jack Links on the Sportsnet Radio Network.
And we're back at the kitchen cupboard. Just as bare as it was last inning, that'll teach you to stock up on Jack Links beef jerky. Jack Links. Feed your wild side.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate online at carsforkids.ca. That's cars with a K. Pickup is quick and easy. You'll benefit a child and get a maximum tax credit.
1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. Donate your car to
Also accepting boats, motorcycles, RVs, and truck donations.
And here comes the big bopper, Jack Links. Not the fastest runner, but boy, can he crush it. Try Jack Links jumbo bags of beef jerky. Jack Links. Feed your wild side.
Lately, we've learned that we all win when we help each other out, which is why we're holding the Honda Checkered Flag event. Leasing a well-equipped 2020 Honda Civic LX from just $59 weekly at 1.99% and zero down, including the $1,000 Honda bonus, is a great deal for you. Having the Civic assembly line in Ontario is great for the community, and if you tell them you really like that guy on the radio, that'd be great too. Win-win-win, right? Includes freight and fees for 60 months, taxes extra OAC, see HondaOntario.com.
Forget 5 tools. With that superstar head of hair, Bo has 6 tools. Bo Bichette and the Toronto Blue Jays play here on the Sportsnet Radio Network.
Bottom of the 8th, at Tropicana Field, St. Petersburg, Florida, and Rafael Dolis is on, making his Blue Jays debut. Dolis signed in the offseason out of Japan. He had pitched in the major leagues with the Chicago Cubs in 2012, 13, and has pitched with the Hanshin Tigers for the last 4 years. The last 3 as their closer. And the first batter he faces in the big leagues in an awfully long time is Manuel Margot, who takes the first pitch up for ball 1. Dolis, a tall righty, with the dreads flowing. Pitching from the stretch. He comes set. The 1-0 pitch hit on the ground towards short. Bichette circles it and leaves it in the dirt. Just couldn't pick it up. Bo Bichette leaves the ball there. Margot reaches as the leadoff man here in the 8th. Margot has some terrific speed, but you got to think if Bo picks that cleanly, he's able to make the play. We'll wait and see what the scoreboard says. But either way, and it's now been put up as an error, though it's been put up as an error for Tampa Bay.
Bo rushed that play on himself because he knows Margot has the speed. So instead of charging the ball, he tried to circle it to get his arm motion to happen quicker with the speed.
Now Brandon Lau. And there's a fastball that's just off the plate outside at 95 miles an hour.
This is a guy that's been really under the radar for the Blue Jays in the back half of the bullpen. Coaches really like what they have seen. The fastball velocity continues to tick up. That one hummed across at 95. They love the splitter that he's brought back.
Throw over to first, and just back safely is Manuel Margot. Dolis hasn't pitched in the major league since 2013, when he threw just 5 innings for the Chicago Cubs. This is his 41st major league appearance. Now the Blue Jays are thinking about challenging that safe call on the pickoff move back at first base, but they will not. They have a 6-3 lead here in the bottom of the 8th inning. The leadoff man Margot is on with some speed. Dolis waits and waits, and Lau has enough and asks for time. Margot stole 20 bases last year with the Padres, was only caught 4 times. Here it comes from Dolis. It's in the dirt, blocked by Jansen. Ball 2, 2-0. Brandon Lau came into the game in the 5th inning as a pinch hitter for Mike Brasso, and Jordan Romano struck him out on 3 pitches. He's ahead of Dolis 2-0 now, and here's the pitch, and it's way outside. Ball 3, 3-0. Blue Jays have been in control of this game since that 3-run fourth. They were up 6-1 at one point. The Rays have cut it to 6-3. The Blue Jays bullpen has not given up a hit yet. Dolis in a rough count here, behind 3-0. Here's the pitch. It's there for a strike, a fastball at 93, right at the bottom of the zone, 3-1. Jose Alvarado is warming up in the Tampa Bay bullpen after a couple of spectacular relief innings from Jalen Beeks. Margot the lead, not going. The 3-1 pitch is well outside, ball 4. So Rafael Dolis, in his stint here as the setup man to Ken Giles, comes in the 8th with a 3-run lead and gets a ground ball that's left on the dirt for an error by Bo Bichette, and then issues a walk. And now he has to face Willy Adames. You'd love your return to the big leagues. Just blow 3 batters away and tip your cap and get back to the dugout. But Rafael Dolis is going to have to work out of trouble right now as the Rays have the tying run at the plate. First time since that 5th inning they've had the tying run at the plate, and that's when Romano struck out Lau, and Lau's on first base right now. Willy Adames is 1 for 2. He's doubled and walked and grounded out. Right-handed hitting shortstop. And the first pitch to him is low. Dolis tried a slider, and it's ball 1. Thrown 8 pitches, only 2 strikes. "32-year-old righty." The 1-0 pitch. Inside, ball 2. Nothing doing in the Blue Jays bullpen. And as we mentioned earlier, with each game being worth so much more, almost 3 times as much as a normal 162-game season win, you wonder if there'll be more aggression with pitching changes. But nobody's up behind Dolis. There's a swing and a foul back on a fastball. And it's 2-1. In this inning, we'll take another look at our St. Louis Bar and Grill out-of-town scoreboard as it's opening day on many fronts across Major League Baseball, the first of a 60-game season that officially opened yesterday. But lots of action going on today. Dolis comes set. Look back in the 2-1 to Adames. Strike called off the plate outside, but Rafael will take it, and it's 2-2.
Mike, on the St. Louis Bar and Grill out-of-town scoreboard, their ball is flying on the south side of Chicago tonight. They just wrapped up 3 and combined 10 runs have scored. Max Kepler has a hot start to his night, a pair of home runs. Yoenis Cespedes is back. He had a home run in the New York Mets victory earlier today. That was the decisive blow in a 1-0 win over Atlanta.
Dolis spins on the mound and takes a look back at second, but Margot's not going anywhere. How about that Twins and White Sox game, as you mentioned? 5-5 in the bottom of the 3rd. Luis Robert is the next hot shot rookie that everyone is absolutely in love with. And on the first pitch he saw in the major leagues, he singled and hit the ball harder than any White Sox but one did all of last year. Pitch is low, fastball down, and the count runs full now on Willy Adames.
Jano got crossed up. He was expecting the forkball from Dolis, and he was handcuffed by the heater. He's lucky he could handle it. He turned the glove over quickly, handled it in the 5-hole. Those are big runs sitting out there for the Rays, and there's still no out.
P. Walker just called down to the bullpen, but nobody getting up yet. Dolis working to his third hitter here in the eighth. The Blue Jays' 6-3 lead now awfully tenuous. He's thrown twice as many balls as strikes. And Danny Jansen will go out for a chat with his right-hander.
One fun story to pass along on the St. Louis Bar and Grill out-of-town scoreboard is that Tom Hanks is going to get back into the act and connect with another baseball antic. Of course, the great actor Tom Hanks was the star in A League of Their Own as the manager, Jimmy Dugan. Different role, though, because he will hop into a ballpark and be a hot dog vendor.
3-2 pitch hit on a line into left field. That's a base hit. It is hit right at Fisher, but Margot's not stopping as the throw goes into second. An RBI single for Willie Adames, and the Rays cut the Blue Jays lead to 6-4. An unearned run comes around to score. That's Tampa's first hit with a runner in scoring position tonight, as A.J. Cole starts to throw in the Blue Jays bullpen.
Blue Jays need to get some outs quickly because this is becoming a very dangerous situation. And one of the big question marks about the Blue Jays this year, while we think the roles have been set up, you wonder if these roles can get the necessary outs when it's on the line. And the air started the rally for the Rays. The walk that follows it, though, is the big magnifier here.
Absolutely. We talk so much about pitchers picking up their infielders when mistakes are made behind them. And the way to do that is not to follow an error with a walk. Pete Walker goes out for a chat with Dolis. Danny Jansen and Bo Bichette join. Buying time for A.J. Cole to get ready as Kevin Kiermaier comes to the plate. Kiermaier is 0 for 3. He's grounded out. He struck out twice. There's a lot of talk in the offseason and early spring about how he revamped his swing, trying to be more competitive at the plate than he's been the last couple of years. He takes that pitch down and away for ball one. Kiermaier hit .228 last year, .217 the year before. But it feels like he has always worn out the Blue Jays. The tying run is at first here with nobody out in the bottom of the eighth. Dolis looks around, now delivers, and it's swung on and hit in the air to center field. Not deep. Grichuk loping in, picks it out of the roof, makes the catch, and the runners will have to hold. And there, finally, is the first out that Rafael Dolis has recorded in the major leagues in 7 years. Now we're going to have the Rays go to their bench. Mike Zunino due up here, but Ji-Man Choi is going to take this at bat. Choi, who didn't get the start with the left-hander Ryu on the hill for the Blue Jays, is an essential cog in this Tampa Bay Rays offense against right-handed pitching. Last year, G-Man hit .261, but a .363 on base. 20 doubles and 19 homers for an .822 OPS, and almost all the damage done against right-handed pitchers. First pitch to him, down and in, and he holds back the swing for ball one.
If it ever happens, it'll be a massive story in Korea when Ji-Man Choi and Hyun-Jin Ryu ever face each other. G-Man and Hyun-Jin Ryu went to the same high school, but they had years apart, so they never actually played together. About 6 years separation, I believe they said, when asked about the potential matchup of countrymen. And being a lefty on lefty is not going to work in the favor of either of these guys to have that incredible moment that was being piped back to Korea. All Blue Jay games with Ryu go back to Korea.
1-0 pitch to Choi, fastball, called strike, 1-1. Yeah, for his career, G-Man hits 185 against lefties, so it's, I mean, unless Kevin Cash is in a spot, he's probably not going to give him a start. should the Blue Jays have Ryu throwing against the Rays again. They play Tampa 10 times this season. 6-4 Blue Jays as Dolis misses down again with a fastball, and it's 2-1. A.J. Cole is ready to go. Blue Jays hadn't planned on using him as a leverage reliever, at least not this early in the season, but Dolis is digging himself a hole here. He's faced 4 batters, retired only 1. Thrown more balls than strikes. The error behind him hasn't helped. Runners at first and second and 1 out. Now he comes set. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. And a fastball down. That's that fork ball. And the count is even 2-2. The Blue Jays are a ground ball away from getting out of this. They hold a 6-4 lead. We're in the bottom of the 8th inning. Here's a pitch. Up and away, and the count is full. Yandy Diaz, the leadoff man, waits on deck. He's 0 for 3 today, as is Hunter Renfroe, hits behind him. Runners take their leads from first and second. They don't go on the full count pitch. It's well outside, ball 4. And Rafael Dolis has just walked the bases loaded. And will the next walk belong to Charlie Montoyo? Pete Walker offering some encouragement for Dolis. And it looks like he's going to stick around to face Yandy Diaz.
He's really had trouble throwing strikes, period, today. But strikes with the fastball. And that's got to be the pitch that he can lean on. Find the zone with the fastball. He's missed a lot away and a lot away and down. All arm side.
Bases are loaded here with 1 out in the bottom of the 8th. The Blue Jays clinging to the 6-4 lead over the Tampa Bay Rays. The leadoff man Yandy Diaz steps in. He swings at the first pitch and pops it up. First base side, back goes Vlad, out goes Biggio, in comes Teoscar, and it's Biggio makes the catch and turns and quickly fires it back to home plate. A huge out for Rafael Dolis on the first pitch, and now there are 2 away in the 8th inning.
Yeah, Yandy Diaz just helped the Blue Jays out big time. He just watched this entire inning unfold on a guy on the mound that's all over the place. He may have just thought that that was a mistake and decided to pull the trigger on it, but I'm stunned that he decided to jump on that first toss. And judging by the body reaction of Yandy Diaz, he's rethinking it too as he walks off.
That was a slider from Dolis, and maybe Diaz saw it hanging there, wanted to take a hack. He popped it up. Now it's all up to Hunter Renfroe. And the first pitch to him is a fastball strike right at the top of the zone.
You know, that's interesting that Dolis goes to the slider, too, because that's a pitch when he went to Japan, he scrapped. He had the slider when he went over with the fastball as the 2-pitch option. They ditched the slider. He picked up the forkball, and that was the big difference maker and money maker while he was on the Pacific Rim. But since coming back, they really worked on using that slider as a third weapon.
0-1 pitch, inside, ball 1. The bases are loaded. There are 2 out. We're in the bottom of the 8th inning. The Blue Jays holding on to that 6-4 lead in Tampa. Rays closer Nick Anderson has started to warm up in the bullpen alongside Jose Alvarado in case Tampa Bay goes in front. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Half swing. Did he go? Joe West will check down at first, and no, says Hunter Wendelstedt. Renfroe holds back on that Dolis slider. Very similar to the swing that Joe West rang up Kevin Biggio on. Back in the 7th. The Rays are base hit away from tying it. Dolis steps off, wants a new set of signs from Danny Jansen. Opening night, and there's some drama. The Blue Jays had a 6-1 lead. It is now down to 6-4, and the Rays have the bases loaded and 2 out. Dolis kicks and fires, and it swung on and missed. That good fork ball. Count is even 2-2. Renfroe with big power. Been prone to the strikeout over his major league career. Dolis would love nothing more than to just throw one right through him here and maintain that 2-run lead. Here it comes. Strike 3 called. A fastball, 94, right over the outside black, knee high. Probably Dolis's best pitch of the night. The Rays leave the bases loaded, and they're going to the 9th at the Trop. Ben Wagner to call it for you. The Blue Jays 6 and the Tampa Bay Rays 4. You're listening to Blue Jays Baseball, powered by Jack Links on the Sportsnet Radio Network.
The Hyundai Shift into Drive sales event is coming to a close. You have until July 31st to take advantage of 0% financing and our 6-month payment deferral option on all new models, like the Up for Any Summer Adventure Tucson or the tech-savvy Connected to You Elantra. Visit your local dealer today or shop online from the comfort of your home with Hyundai Express Shopping. Visit your dealer or HyundaiCanada.com for details. Conditions apply.
Hi, I'm Adam, founder of NewBorrow.com, and I started our company after I got fed up with the mortgage loan process. Turns out I wasn't alone. Thousands of homeowners wanted help.
They went above and beyond to help me get a line of credit. It was amazing service.
They treated me like a valued client and outperformed anyone I spoke to.
Want to lower your mortgage payments and save a little money?
Use your home to get a loan with New Borrow.
Visit newborrow.com. License 13115.
The roads are calling. At Mazda, we're answering them with advanced driving dynamics, sophisticated style, and being Ajax's most awarded car brand in Canada. We're offering 0% purchase financing on all new 2020 models, no monthly payments for 120 days, and a standard unlimited mileage warranty on every new Mazda, plus an unwavering commitment to safety. Let's get back on the road together. Visit your local Mazda dealer or Mazda.ca for details. This is Toronto Blue Jays baseball.
That is a deep drive, high in the air, and way, way, way out of here.
On Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Time for the 9th inning, being brought to you by your Ontario Honda dealers. Jose Alvarado assumes the pitching for the Tampa Bay Rays after making 35 appearances last year and posting a .480 earned run average. Danny Jansen, Bo Bichette, Kevin Biggio scheduled to come up and face the big right-hander, with the Blue Jays holding on to a 6-4 lead, but it was a white-knuckle ride through the 8th inning, with Rafael Dolis escaping with the bases jammed. Alvarado stares in, picking up the sign. Jansen waits. The kick and the come home, and a hard fastball over the outside corner for strike 1 on Jansen. Danny's 1 for 3 in the game. He was aboard when Kevin Biggio clobbered the 3-run home run back in the 5th. The 0-1. Fastball slams the glove on the inside corner, called strike. And it's 0-2. 9-1-2 in the Blue Jay order here in the top of the 9th inning. The 0-2 pitch from Alvarado is a fastball yanked low. Alvarado is all effort. He's got a big frame. He wheels that leg forward. There's a violent follow through, and the result is near triple-digit velocity. Brim of the cap pulled way down, top of the eyebrows. Zanino sets up on the outside corner. The pitch to Jansen's a fastball high. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And it's Michael Perez who's now charged with hauling in these hard Jose Alvarado fastballs. He came in because G-Man Choi pinch hit for Mike Zanino in the bottom of the 8th and walked. Choi has stayed in the game at first base.
Jansen waits. The 2-2 inbound is a fastball down and in. Rays are going to utilize their bench a lot this season. Your lineup card will look like you're in a traditional National League game with Tampa Bay. The way that they mix and match and shuffle guys in and out. National League games won't look like National League games. Your universal DH this year. Part of the new rule changes in this shortened season. 3-2 pitch. Breaking ball pounded away foul up the third base side. Ken Giles wearing a new red mitt. Starting to loosen up in the Blue Jay bullpen. Closer for Toronto. Would be okay if the cushion grew more than 2 runs. Blue Jays looking to lock up win number 1 in 2020. Blue Jays with a 6-4 lead. Batting in the top of the 9th inning. A drop. The pitch. Sails high and away, glancing off the glove of Michael Perez for ball 4. And the Blue Jays have their leadoff man on. Blue Jays got the leadoff man on in the 4th and in the 5th, and both times able to cash in. Bo Bichette's 4th at bat tonight. He's 1 for 4. Or 5th at bat. He's 1 for 4. Singleton came in to score back in front of Kevin Biggio's 3-run home run in the 5th. Bo ready. Alvarado set. The long hold. The hands break, and now the pitch. Center cut fastball taken for a strike. When sports went on pause, Bo Bichette came the host with the most during the shutdown. He had a couple of former minor league teammates setting up shop at his home in the Tampa Bay area. The pitch. Slider down to the dirt, and that ricochets off the neck of Michael Perez, but no advance by Danny Jansen. I'm sure Danny can feel that pain too, and Michael Perez is feeling the pain right now. That slider almost made it to the plate, but when it came out of the clay, it exactly underneath the catcher's mask, but right up into the neck of Michael Perez. Ugh.
Yeah,
what a way to start your season.
That hurts a lot. Michael made the mistake when he dropped down to his knee. He moved his head up and away from the baseball. He's wearing the goalie mask, so that chin part comes up when he moves his head up, and he leaves his neck and the bottom of his chin exposed right there. It's tough not to, but what you have to do is just keep your chin down. You keep your chin down. Even when the ball looks like it's going to hit you in the face, it'll hit you in the face, but it won't hurt. Move your chin up, and it hurts a lot.
Rays are allowing their backstop. Make sure he's okay. Joe West left around home plate too. Now we're ready to go. Bo stands in, right-handed hitter with a 1-1 count. The right-hander deals, and a slider fouled away. That got Bichette in the batter's box while the ball trickles fair up the third baseline. Action is stopped. Blue Jays went in front with a 3-run top of the 4th inning, gave 1 back to the Rays in the home half, then equaled their 3-run output in the 5th. And Tampa Bay clawed for another pair in the bottom of the 5th inning. Rays scratched for 1. Put Rafael Dolis on the ropes in the 8th, but he escapes with the bases jammed. And now carrying a 6-4 lead into the 9th. Runner at first, nobody out. Alvarado a long time in between pitches. Now deals a swing and a miss at the slider by Bichette. And he'll go down swinging. 1 away here in the 9th inning. Blue Jays baseball beginning tomorrow at 3 o'clock Eastern. 3:10 first pitch. And Matt Shoemaker, who has been waiting and waiting with nervous energy to get a chance to get back on the mound after tearing his ACL at the end of April last year. Busted out of the chute in spring training, looked great. He was the motivator with a lot of his teammates over the shutdown as well, trying to keep them focused and motivated. Cavan Biggio steps in. He'll take a fastball in the inside corner for strike one. Biggio with a big blow in this ball game. His first opening day home run. 3-run shot back in the 6th, and the Blue Jays are trying to make it hold up with a 6-4 lead in the 9th. Left-handed hitter staring out. The pitch. Swing and a miss at a fastball. And it's 0-2. Two big plays involving Cavan Biggio in this ball game. You can point the home run easy, but he also set up the 3-run fourth with a bunt single. Rays have shifted off to the right slightly, leaving one man on the left side of the diamond. The pitch, slider in the dirt. Check swing, no appeal. Joe West has it where he wants.
Stu Sherwater put the hands up anyway, but Joe never asked.
That could have been a conundrum.
Could have.
Ken Giles is continuing to tune up in the Toronto bullpen as Alvarado stands on the hill for Tampa Bay here in the 9th. Danny Jansen, the catcher at first base. The 1-2 pitch sails up and in. The slider spinning out of the hand of Alvarado. And you've got to be leaning over the plate a little bit to be dialed up for 98, 99 miles an hour. But when the slider spins out of the big man's hand and doesn't have the bite on it or low in the zone, it's coming right at the chin. Biggio able to duck out of the way. Cavan had a big move during the shutdown during the coronavirus pandemic. The 2-2. Fastball's low, and it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. And a move it was. He left Craig and Patty's house, purchased his own home in the greater Houston area, and decided to punish himself by unpacking boxes and move all his stuff from one house in the big family barn, where he had a ton of collectibles, including a massive bobblehead collection that he's extremely proud of. Now he bats in the 9th on opening day. Alvarado deals, and a fastball down the middle for strike 3, and Biggio knew it. One of the best guys in the ball game knew that pitch had split the plate above the kneecaps, and he gets rung up for the second out. And Alvarado's bounced back nicely from a leadoff walk.
Alvarado is a tough customer, and it feels like it's pitcher after pitcher after pitcher in this Tampa Bay bullpen. And I wasn't even counting Jalen Beeks, who struck out 5 guys in 2 innings today. There's Diego Castillo. There's Nick Anderson. Normally they have Colin Poche too, but he has to have Tommy John surgery, so he'll miss this year and most of next. But this is just a phenomenal bullpen.
Now the lefty faces the right-handed hitting Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Vladdy stares out. Alvarado deals in a fastball, pounded into the ground. Long 2 hopper out to the shortstop Adames, who feeds Brandon Lau at second base, covering it up to retire the side. So a leadoff walk, but nothing more. Alvarado bounces back quickly. Now we turn things over to Ken Giles, who's coming on to close it out for the Blue Jays as we go into the bottom of the 9th inning with Toronto in front, 6-4. This is Blue Jays baseball, powered by Jack Links on the Sportsnet Radio Network.
Try Jack Links beef jerky. Available in jumbo-sized bags. It's the beef jerky version of having a donut on your bat in the on-deck circle. Jack Links. Feed your wild side.
With a Stanley Fat Max tape measure in your toolbox, you have what you need when accuracy counts. The measure of a pro. The tapes feature blade armor coating for long tape life and a durable, ergonomic, impact-resistant case. With a compact design and 14-foot reach max, Stanley Fat Max tapes are the go-to measuring tape to get the job done. No wonder they're the choice of the pros. Available now at the Home Depot and independent retailers.
And for those of you at home, kicking back, relaxing with a big bowl of kale chips. What game are you listening to? Jack Link's Beef Jerky. Feed your wild side.
Hi, this is Danny Jansen, and you're listening to Blue Jays Baseball on the Sportsnet Radio Network.
Last of the ninth inning at Tropicana Field. Blue Jays carry a 6-4 lead over the Tampa Bay Rays and pass the baton tonight to Ken Giles. Next to Mike Wilner, I'm Ben Wagner. We hope you're as happy as we are to have baseball back on the radio tonight. So far, you've had a little of everything in this one. Blue Jays have had a couple of big blows. They have had some big outs recorded in this contest. The Rays have had a rally, and now, just like you tee it up, you want some early action from your closer. This is a safe situation for Ken Giles, who've been next to flawless for the Toronto Blue Jays, only blowing one save since coming over from the Houston Astros in 2018. Blue Jays have a couple of defensive substitutions, it appears. We see Anthony Alford come into the ball game. He goes into play in left field. Derek Fisher has departed. And Ken Giles is aboard, so maybe those are the only two new faces we see. Yoshi Tsutsugo is off to lead it off. He's making his major league debut tonight. Ken Giles' first fastball rides high. That's ball one. Tsutsugo delivered one of the two final blows off of the starter, Hyunjin Ryu. Went through 4 2/3 tonight and allowed 3 runs. 2 came off the bat of Tsutsugo. The pitch by Giles. Swinging a line drive foul up the right side.
It looks like an indoor batting cage for the Tampa Bay Rays that's in what's usually a picnic area down the right field line out of play. Tampa Bay using as much room as it can at the Trop for workouts.
Well, that's going to be every major league facility, and that's why it's interesting to hear what has kind of unfolded about the changes players are bristling against. The pitch by Giles. Slider just outside. Moves the count to 2-1 strike. The Boston Red Sox aren't utilizing their own home clubhouse at Fenway Park. They have changed literally everything within the footprint. So for people to lean on and almost nitpick Buffalo a little bit. The 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss at the fastball high in the zone, and it's 2 strikes. Buffalo isn't going to use the clubhouse like a clubhouse. There's an odd chance that players will be getting dressed for ball games at Salem Field whenever the home opener happens for the Toronto Blue Jays. Listen, it could happen at the end of next week if field preparations go according to plan, or it could happen on August 11th. Tsutsugo swings at the 2-2 pitch and lobs it in the air out to the gap in left center field. Crisscrossing with Randall Grichuk. Anthony Alford is there to make the catch, and there's one down. But they are erecting semi-permanent tents. There will be some makeshift things built along the way to utilize whatever space. It could be anything from a shower to a batting cage or assembling nets somewhere in a concourse that guys can do some tee work on just to stay busy. It's all up for grabs regardless of where you're at, whether you're in Kansas City, Los Angeles. We see what the Rays have done, at least within our sight lines on television that we're watching it, and then relaying it to you. 1 out, last of the ninth. Blue Jays in front 6-4. Giles reaches back and he zips the fastball past Martinez for strike one.
What's the suite level situation like at Salem Field in Buffalo? The Red Sox are using luxury suites as clubhouses.
That'll be the blueprint for what they do in Buffalo, because the suite situation is large comparing it to other minor league facilities. The pitch by Giles. Slider cut on and missed. 4 strike 1. Or pardon me, 4 strike 2. So it's 0-2 now on Jose Martinez. They have bigger suites. They have smaller suites. When the ballpark first opened in 1988, the plan was for major league expansion. Back then, families were buying suites, not big corporations. That's, of course, changed both at the major league and minor league levels. where they've blown out some walls. They've created some bigger party areas in that suite level. So you could have 2 or 3 guys being allowed to social distance within the same suite. Or, if you're lucky, you get a smaller suite, you're the only guy there. 6-4, Toronto in front. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Martinez down chasing a slider from Ken Giles. And there are 2 out in the bottom of the 9th.
And wow, did Ken Giles ever just pick Jose Martinez apart in that 3-pitch at bat. Threw him a fastball that Martinez had no chance on the first pitch. Then had him guessing heat and flailing at a slider on the next 2. Tremendous job by Ken Giles. And the Blue Jays are an out away from an opening day W.
6-4 over Tampa Bay. Charlie Morton, Hyun-Jin Ryu, the marquee matchup at the start of this one. The pitch by Giles, a slider, swing and a miss by Margot, and strike 1.
I hate to say it since there's still an out to go, but so far this just isn't fair.
Ken Giles is locked in. The slider is absolutely filthy. His fastball has been thrown in spots that he wants it, but not a triple-digit velocity. The 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss at the slider. Margot missed that by a yard, and it's 0-2. One strike away from the first victory of 2020 for the Toronto Blue Jays. Ball in the hand of Ken Giles. The pitch. Spiked a slider way out in front of the plate. Giles comes away looking down at his fingertips after he sent it about 55 feet away from the slab. Giles, 29 years of age, turned 30 right before the close of the regular season and going into a free agent year. Now in his 3rd season with the Blue Jays after splitting 2018 between Houston and Toronto. 2 out, nobody on in the 9th. The 1-2 pitch. Slider yanked foul, third base side. Last season, Giles turned in 23 saves and 24 opportunities for Toronto. Racked up 14 with the Blue Jays after having a dozen and a rather turbulent finish to his Houston career. Spent 3 years in the Lone Star State after breaking in the big leagues with Philly as early as 2014. The pitch, a fastball that sails upstairs. Evening the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Giles just got to take a deep breath here. He knows he's 1 strike away from the big opening day win. And he's tried to throw those last 2 pitches even harder than he normally does.
Manuel Margot with nobody aboard. 2 down, last of the 9th, 2-run lead for Toronto. Giles is ready. Here's the pitch. And a slider just missed the inside corner. Just a little bit. The Blue Jays, at least the coaching staff, you could hear bark out, wondering where that pitch missed. Margot was dead meat. He had no chance at that pitch. And he got the benefit of the doubt. It was close. Tying run is on deck if Margot can extend this at bat. The 3-2 pitch. Swing and a foul back. Chase ball 4 with that fastball riding high out of the zone.
Rays are not going down easy. Ken Giles took care of Tetsugo and Jose Martinez and then got ahead on Margot, but Manuel has battled back here.
Another 3-2 coming. Giles deals and a fastball sails up and in for ball 4. Overthrowing the fastball late in this at bat against Margot. Giles loses a 2-out base runner and now has to contend with the tying run coming to the plate. Brandon Lau will be the batter. Came in as a pinch hitter for Mike Grosso back in the 8th. Giles peeks over his left shoulder. Sets and deals to Lau. And a slider picks the outside corner for strike 1.
The exact same place that 2-2 slider to Margot was. Against the left-handed hitter, Giles gets the strike call. Against the righty, Joe West says it's inside.
Giles trying to log his 115th career save. Blue Jays leading by a pair here in the ninth with 2 out. The pitch. Swing and a miss over the slider by Lau. And it's 0-2. So once again, the Rays holding on to their final strike.
Should be noted that the crowd noise we're hearing piped in is louder than it usually is at the Trop in this situation.
6-4, Blue Jays in front. Last of the ninth. Giles ready. The pitch. A slider outside. Danny Jansen tried to guide it back in. Did the runner take off from first on that pitch, by the way?
Sure looks like it.
Now they show Manuel Margot.
That'll be a little defensive indifference. His run doesn't matter.
Blue Jays have a 6-4 lead. Giles focuses in on the hitter. In front 1-2, and now Margot dashes off towards third. The Blue Jays have shifted the defense off to the right, stretching out the triangle into shallow right field, expecting Lau to pull. So now Giles doesn't have to deal with any traffic. Here's the pitch. Slider, swing and a miss to finish the ball game. The first victory in 2020 belongs to the Toronto Blue Jays on opening day. Ken Giles comes in, works the ninth, and locks up a 6-4 winning edition of Blue Jays baseball tonight.
Spectacular job by the Blue Jays closer. That thing got hairy in the eighth with Rafael Dolis, but Charlie Montoyo stuck with him, and Dolis, with the bases loaded and 1 out, got 2 huge outs to hand it over to Giles, and there was a little blip, but Ken Giles shuts it down. And on a night when the Blue Jays only get 4 2/3 from their starting pitcher, the bullpen works 3 or 4 1/3 and gives up just 1 unearned run. That's a terrific job and gets the Blue Jays their first win of the year. And again, like we said,